Hello, Internet, and thank you very much for tuning into the Cloud Native FM and Cloud Therapist YouTube show. You are watching KubeCon Day 02 coverage live from Amsterdam, and this is Day 02. Day 01, this conference started with the Monday as a co-located event, usually happened before the KubeCon. Yesterday, we see a lot of the keynotes and a lot of announcement, and we able to track some of the companies from their booth and some of the project from the product project pavilion, and that stream is available on both of YouTube channel CloudNativeFM and Cloud Therapist. You can always explore and watch what happened on the day 01 as well. And on day 02 we are covering again the KubeCon Amsterdam, and according to the news I'm getting once again, the Amsterdam is now breaking the record, all-time high records of the KubeCon EU. The all the way, I think this is the largest KubeCon ever, 13,500 turned up. And within that 13,500 people, one of my friend is also been there. Your lovely co-host and your host for the Cloud Therapist YouTube channel is Richard Simon. Is right there eating popcorn, enjoying the KubeCon, and you are live, Richard.
Oh, hello. How are you? Sorry about that. I was just munching on some lovely
Oh
popcorn.
wow! Is
Same.
it?
How you doing?
It's good. How is the taste, and is it available for everyone at the KubeCon, the popcorns?
Oh, absolutely, it is. And yeah, it tastes really nice. I wasn't expecting you. I was just walking around and just had my video camera here and microphone ready by accident, completely by accident. But there we go. We're here. Yeah, welcome to day two. This is the platinum premium gold, whatever they call it, the guys who pay more basically for their stands. Let's call it that. Yeah, so this is actually adjacent to the other one where you can get a cheaper stand. It's over on the other side. But yeah, I thought we'll kind of show you a different view. Over on the other side where you can't see is actually the dining area. So that's kind of, I guess, the probably the biggest one available. There's other kind of smaller areas you can drink and get your teas and coffees and what have you. But that on the other side is the dining area. Yeah, this is the bigger one where the bigger stands and bigger um, exhibition areas available. You got people like Chain Guard. You've got who else do we have? We have Perfect Scale. Closer still, we have who's this one here? Oh yes, we have Nscale. We have Nvidia. We have Uber. Even Uber is here. I thought they'd be outside in a cab, but there you go. Google Cloud a bit further down, probably can't see them. Microsoft stand, which we did go round yesterday and kind of showed you, it looks really nice. I think they've done a really good job with the design. And I was saying actually yesterday, I admire all the designs of the stands here. There's some really cool ones around, and it all kind of looks quite neat and tidy, shall we say. So yeah, all looking good. Bar over on the other side, loads of food, everything from chicken jambalaya to pasta Arabia to chan masala. I don't think I tried that one actually. And chicken tagine and various other ones. And loads of announcements every 5 minutes as well. And I can't hear a single thing with those announcements come on the tannoy, but I'll just keep talking, I think. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, interesting that, the record has been broken again. Office is still, still not as high maybe with AWS Summit and obviously reInvent. I think the AWS Summit in London last year did about 25,000 people, 25,000 people from 40,000 that had registered. So yeah, interesting numbers. And we'll see what they do this year. I think it's going to be a little bit warmer this year, so you probably end up having about 50,000 people at the London Excel Centre. But anyway, we'll see how we get on. Yeah, so day one was good, interesting, some interesting conversations. I found, again, quite a few frustrations around in terms of kind of some of the projects that have been being sponsored and what have you, because there's a lot of overlap, as we were saying yesterday. But otherwise, it's actually, doing quite well and is going, full swing in terms of the technologies. And hopefully we'll see that other people are going to be entering into this space as well. I think we really need some kind of, a little bit more injection of sort of wisdom and knowledge and experience and so on, and not just kind of doing the new stuff and going further out west. I think we need to definitely do that in the cloud native and open source space. Same. I don't know if you can hear me. Are you still around? I'm not sure if you are.
Yes,
You
I'm
are.
there.
Excellent.
I'm just
Okay.
seeing people the full version of the KubeCon. So
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I think we're just again just to preempt everything. We're at the mercy of the Wi-Fi signal here, so I'm going to be treading very carefully and very slowly, so that I get smoothly transferred between the access points, because it's not a smooth transfer between the Wi-Fi access points here. So when I'm roaming around, and I will be doing lots of roaming.
I'm sharing,
yeah.
Richard. I'm sharing something interesting on the screen, and you
Mm-hmm.
need to tell us: have you seen this at the KubeCon as well?
Mm-hmm.
But have you seen this in any previous KubeCon as well? Can you see the screen now?
I haven't seen that here, and I haven't seen it before. No.
This is the KubeCon keynote stage, actually.
Ah, okay, right. No, I missed the keynotes because I was busy doing a Bright Talk presentation this morning, which went
Okay.
okay. The logistics was interesting, but otherwise it was okay. Yeah.
Where actually? I'm curious where this guy actually is going.
Yeah, I don't know. Did he have enough sort of runway to take off? I think this hall is big enough maybe for him to be able to do that, but I don't know.
Might be they announcing something of a new project for some of the rocket ship as well in the future. I don't
Yeah,
know.
God help us.
We need to cover this as well. But there's some good people, as Richard has told us. This is 13,500. I think that's a big number. If you look at the crowd at the KubeCon, it's always been the big one. And as these are the hallway tag. And Richard, have you eaten some of these?
No, I'm actually very happy to say that I managed to resist them. So I went straight past that little area where all the donuts were on display, and I didn't even pick up one. So yeah, I did all right, I think.
Have you picked up the Falco birthday cake?
Not yet. We'll see. We'll see if there's anything else that's of interest. I managed to grab that packet of popcorn. That's about it for now. But the lunch was good. That was okay. And then we'll see. We'll see what else is available later on. I'm actually going to be on the boat cruise tonight, so I've been invited by Chain Guard. I think just down here. Chain Guard were very kind to. I don't know if can you see them. I don't know if you can see,
I can see
Chain
them.
Guard. Yeah. So Chain Guard kindly invited me onto their boat cruise. So I'll be doing that tonight. I don't think I'm going to be live streaming from there. I might do some interviews, maybe after a few drinks, but we'll see. But yeah, it should be good fun. And I'm inviting some friends from the Amsterdam area, which I know. So
As you're
hopefully they'll
talking,
be
Richard,
joining me as well.
I'm actually adding a promo for the day 01. There's a there's a Twitter post from
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
There's a big one. Literally, now I can see this is a people have turned out in huge number, and we will do a recap of all of the announcement and all of the this thing as well, because there's always been something new at the Cube.
Everything's nice when it's shot through a filter. Yeah.
Yes.
It all looks slick and very professional when you got a 10,000 pound camera and it's shot through a filter. Sorry, just being a little bit cynical there.
Wow, absolutely. We were covering yesterday, Richard. Anything from the day 01 you want to call out today, like talks or anything you things you talked to people yesterday as well from their booth. Anything that's really turned your attention yesterday?
Yeah, I think it was the what was it? The Holmes GPT. I think we were looking at. So that was both interesting and curious, and also perplexing at the same time. Interesting and curious because it was kind of, an AI agent that's kind of, hooks into your observability, has integrations to all the, usual suspects in that space, and then goes off and does something for you. And then perplexing, because that is normally just a feature within a bigger product. So
I
why has the CNCF copied and pasted that feature out all on its own? That's the bit that I didn't get. But otherwise, yeah, it was interesting that was the case. And I think all the interviews that we did yesterday, were good. I actually found them very informative. There's lots of discussion around sort of observability again. There's lots of FinOps here, which we
mm,
might try and actually hit on today a little bit more and see what they're talking about, because they're approaching, things like resource optimization and stuff like that in your Kubernetes clusters from different angles. So if I do find those stands today, because it is a bit chaotic when you're walking around, but if I do find them, we'll definitely do that. We also want to kind of maybe hit on some of the folks that we know, and have a conversation with them, just get an update from them. So Paul Tainer and Chain Guard and a few others as well. So hopefully we'll do that. Yeah, and I've been bumping into people quite a lot as well, which is good. So the Kratix guys bumped into as well. Daniel was there. Obviously, our dear friend Colin from Crumware, he was there as well. So yeah, all of that, and I suspect I'm going to see a few of those faces tonight on the boat as well. So we'll see.
absolutely. And one thing I think we definitely do pay attention to after the KubeCon as well, they
Yeah.
added a new key co-located event with a name called Open Sovereign Cloud.
Yes.
And
Yeah, that's interesting. And in fact, my Bright Talk presentation was and included sovereign AI. So sovereign AI is kind of the general term that everybody seems to be using for it. And it's interesting, yeah, that actually, is what was featured in a few of the presentations. I suspect it wasn't kind of specifically on sovereign AI. It's probably features of sovereignty, but nevertheless, sovereign AI is a thing. And then obviously you just have, sort of digital sovereignty, if you like, as a bigger topic. But sovereign AI definitely is a topic, and like I said, I was presenting on that in the Bright Talk that I did. So I'll drop the link to that if anybody's interested in seeing my presentation. I'll drop the link for that in the description of the video on my copy of the live stream. Before I forget, I just want to let everybody know who's watching. Please do subscribe to our channels. We really appreciate that. We're the only ones who are actually running around this show, doing things live in a live stream. We did, I don't know how long did we do yesterday? 2.5
I think
hours, I think.
I think it's close to 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah. So 2.5, 3 hours we did yesterday. We're going to do a little bit more today, see how we get on, how far we can take it today as well. But yeah, we do appreciate you supporting us by subscribing. It may be trivial to you, it costs you nothing, but it's really important. Every single subscription that we get is really useful to us to build our channels, and also helps us to do more stuff as well. So yeah, we really appreciate every single subscription, and we're very grateful for every single subscription. If you have any questions, by the way, I think we've been saying this quite a lot now, saying, so our folks, people who are watching us, our subscribers and viewers should know, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Let us know what questions you have for which vendor. We'll try and locate the vendor for you. I'll try and locate the vendor for you. And then we'll try and ask your question. We'll pose your question to them word for word. So write down what you want, and then we will ask the questions, tell us which vendor it is for, and we will do that. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, it's like I said, it's KubeCon. There's kind of all the usual chaos and madness going on. Lots of really good promotions. People around the harness stand were getting lots of swag and things like that, which was quite cool. It's very generous of harness. I've seen the Chain Guard guys giving out loads of stuff as well. HA Proxy's got some cool stuff. I got a couple of t-shirts for my kids. They're not watching this, so they're not going to know. So it's still going to be a surprise. Don't worry. And Google was actually doing some really nice chocolate. So I might actually go back there and get a few more. because I grabbed one of their bars yesterday, tried it out, and it was really nice. So I will go and maybe grab a few more of those. And I bumped into uh, a, a colleague, actually, no less, a colleague from T Systems. He's actually here. I'll say his first name only, Sebastian. Shout out to you. Good to see you. I was walking in one direction, he was walking in the other, and I stopped and went, Sebastian, what are you doing here? And he said, Richard, what are you doing here? So very, very fortuitous, excellent that we actually met. I didn't know he was actually going. So he's from a different team, but I know him quite well, and we sort of do some cloud native stuff and open source stuff together for T Systems. So fantastic to see him. Shout out to Sebastian. Good to see you.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Here's the one thing I will add on the screen as well,
Hmm.
just to call out your attention. During the KubeCon, I think always one thing I told you yesterday, whenever there's a KubeCon, there's a three thing happening in parallel. The new release of the Kubernetes is out, the new of the
Yeah.
certification rolls out, and the bunch of the project has been graduated. This is something of my interest, and I see how the people that react to it is running agents on Kubernetes with agent sandbox. So,
Hmm.
Richard, you always have a very nicest opinion around the Kubernetes, cloud native, and the agent theme would typically able to happen to involve in. But what you seeing in particularly the on-prem setup and the cloud people, are they really caring about running agents on Kubernetes, or is this too much early signs for any enterprise if you want to experiment with it?
Well, I mean, and I was saying this yesterday to somebody that I was having uh, dinner with. So yeah, shout out to Peter, and thank you for picking up the tab on the dinner last night. So I was saying to my friend who lives in Amsterdam, we were talking about sort of open source, cloud native, and so on, and then it kind of obviously naturally the conversation got to AI and all that, and I was saying that uh, 2 years ago, sort of late 2023, early 2024, the whole open source and cloud native space was in a panic about AI, and the panic was all the FUD that was being put out about AI from the press. Things like we'll take over all our jobs, tech is redundant, no need for open source and cloud native anymore. It all can be done through ChatGPT and what have you. So that was kind of the mood in the early 2024 conferences that I attended. So including things like State of OpenCon UK, so SuCon, the SuCon event in the UK, and a couple of the other ones that I attended, the smaller ones I attended. And every webinar or exec event that I attended, that I was invited to dinners or whatever, it was all about AI replacing and taking over, and all that whole sort of open source space is dead, and there's no need to do it anymore. Clearly, that's not been the case, and by one way or another, the open source community, and I won't say any more about that because I'm a little bit more opinionated about those things, but one way or another, the open source and cloud native communities kind of coerced that whole GenAI space to start really running things on Kubernetes, to actually move the GenAI workloads onto Kubernetes. So whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. I'm quite agnostic to it. I'm just kind of, observing the happenings, observing how things are going, observing the history of it as it's happening, as it's being created, and then making comments to point these things out. So they started with a panic, then they kind of managed to port everything onto Kubernetes, and now everybody's saying, we run our models, on Kubernetes, we train it on a Kubernetes platform, and so on. So that's kind of the infrastructure side. That's kind of making AI, run in an open source, cloud native kind of architecture. You can now run all the sort of, all the models and what have you on top of Kubernetes. You can containerize them all, and the whole stack can be kind of run in a cloud native way. Like I said, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that remains to be seen. I think the jury's out for that. I'm sure if you talk to some of the lovely folks down here, they'll all say, "Oh, it's a perfect solution. That's a perfect marriage between sort of the cloud native and and GenAI. I'm slightly more skeptical of things like that. If the skeptical techie was online, he'd probably be saying the same thing as well. That's my good friend Leo. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how that one actually pans out. I'm not really sort of sort of in either camp necessarily. And what I don't like is kind of when people sort of start pushing it in that direction and boasting about it. So we'll see what happens there. So that's the infrastructure side. That's actually running AI on top of something. Where do you run it? Of course, you can run it in the public cloud. You can be in the ecosystems, of the big three, and you can certainly do it there. But if you're going to do it yourself, then that's kind of where really it seems to be going. That's where the development and the knowledge and the designs seem to be going. Now, the other aspect of it is really AI within the open source tools, AI within the cloud native space. So how much is it permeating, coming through, seeping through into that space? Well, it's quite interesting, I think, to see that it's happening here. Somebody sent me a chart yesterday, which I completely forgot to actually look up. It was like a joke, and yeah, it was interesting. The views on that. Excuse me. There is certainly elements of it that are useful. And again, generally speaking, forgetting about cloud native and open source, just generally speaking, if you have a platform that you use, whether it's SAP or Salesforce or Dynatrace or whatever it is, it will have AI agents integrated into it. And those AI agents can be set off to do whatever. Okay, we won't go into that sort of rabbit hole necessarily. But that is kind of AI being augmenting it into existing, well-established, well-known household name type, SaaS solutions, applications, software stacks, etc. So that's kind of an augmentation. Now, the other side of it is, can you run AI agents on their own? Well, OpenClaw has certainly proven that you can. Maybe, like I said, Holmes GPT may well be one of those types of solutions as well. But that aspect of it is fraught with all sorts of problems. Everything from security to safety to sovereignty to viability and to trust, really. Can you trust OpenClaw running in your production environment? Can you trust Holmes GPT as a standalone AI agent running in your cloud native environment, your open source environment, your Kubernetes clusters? I really don't know, and I think there isn't enough security and trust in order to do that. And what would they be doing, all of those agents? And how do you know that they're all running? How do you know that they're doing the job that they're supposed to do? They're not doing something that they shouldn't be doing. How do you know that they are authorized to do the things that they're supposed to be doing? Yeah. So this takes us back to that whole AI agent registry that I'm sort of advocating for, that we should really have. I don't care what you call it. I don't care where it's going to sit. I don't care who makes it. But something like that is required in order to keep an eye on those agents. I don't want it to be observability doing that job, because by the time you've observed it, it's too late. So what I want is a prevention, right, of that thing happening in the first place. And the only way you can do that is, of course, is zero trust and all that. But the only way to do that is if you authorize and authenticate, right? So authenticate first. So are you allowed to run? Are you a trusted agent? Are you on our registry list, agent registry list? And if you are, then okay, these are the things you're allowed to do, and these other things you're not allowed to do. There needs to be an authorization. So you authenticate first, and then you authorize second. And that kind of mature, enterprise grade, scalable, performant, secure sovereign kind of solution, I have yet to see. And
Hmm.
I'm quite happy, and you know me very well, I'm quite happy to eat my words on all of this, right? I will happily eat my hat, as they say, if I had one. Luckily, I don't have one. But I would happily eat my words if somebody comes along and says, "Richard, you're being silly. Richard, you are so behind. Richard, you're not a techie anymore. Give up this life," and say, "We have done it all. We've secured it. We've done it. And here's the solution." So if one of these guys can point me in that direction, those guys over there, ClickStack by ClickHouse, open
Yes.
telemetry at scale. I'm going to go and talk to them first, I think, and see what they've got to say about this. So if anybody like that can say, "Yes, we do this already, Richard," hey, happy days. I'm happy with that. That's fantastic. This is a question I will put to our lovely friend Steve Fenton. Shout out Steve from Octopus Deploy, and to Neil Cresswell as well from Portainer. Let's see what they've got to say about this. I'll paint that same picture as I just did now, and we'll see what they've got to say. Because I've not seen it. I've seen bits of it here and there. I've seen announcements based on it, and people saying, "Yes, this is coming, but it's not here yet." So if that's the case, if I'm right, and I'm not proven wrong, then what are all these guys doing talking about AI agents and AI? And setting it off and allowing it to run amok in our production environments.
Absolutely, I'm one of the I totally agree with it, because I think one of the things happening with the trend is that we forget about the oldest problem and we work with the newer set of tools
Yeah,
and technologies.
and that
And
introduces even more problems.
yes, absolutely, I totally agree with you. And like we talk about off the line all the time, is like a lot of companies, as of I know, they even haven't got into the container yet.
Yeah,
Talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
KubeCon
yeah,
and
yeah. I mean, let's not forget, there's a whole world out there of 80% that's still running, COBOL and
yes,
Pascal and Fortran and whatever, and they're happily running that on their IBM mainframes.
yes, totally agree. And that's where my worrisome is, that I think one of the worrisome is that, and some companies always been complaining, and we told this all the time, like there's the older stack people who are very equipped with all the bells and whistles with how to run the legacy application, and they don't know nothing about the container ecosystem. And there is
Yeah,
another word within the organization. They want to migrate into the lift and shift to the newer set of technologies, but the overlapping skills are missing both of the time. The newer people doesn't know what is how to run the app in Fortran, and they doesn't know the migration path in between, but by jumping from the older to the newer stack. And now we're talking about the AI who's been in continuous autonomy or autopilot mode, doing all the observability, or doing all the code commits, all the code deployment, all the functions. And that is a kind of a scary word for me to live in, because what about those applications that is not being ready to be integrated with the AI? So that's another. Those applications not ready to be integrated with the AI. So the first
yeah,
part
exactly.
is to invest energy, time, and skill set that can be integrated with the AI. So I think, also I see a lot of the vendor, what they typically be doing is they're adding more tool set in the technology space and forgetting about all the all the lift and shift mechanism to talk about as well. So I'm with you what you actually already been
Yeah,
said.
and
But
this was just one really interesting point there. We were talking about, and I think I was actually presenting on this. We were talking about not creating this tail for yourself. Don't create this long tail of legacy or heritage technology and systems, and keep moving and keep moving, and adopting new stuff, but actually leaving all this trail of stuff behind you. And I think that is really essential, that we don't actually do that. We do not allow the the enterprise architecture to do that. That's providing we are doing an enterprise architecture, of course. Not everybody is doing that. And again, we've talked about ball of mud and various other things, about that in the past as well.
Oh yes, totally agree with you, Richard. I think, but have you seen the same trends being on the Gen? This is another heavily focusing event on the Gen AI. Or have you seen something newer?
No, not really. I mean, I think we're still at the wow AI agents kind of concern and amazement. So we're still in the AI agent hype cycle. I suspect the agentic one will take over before we've even understood what the AI agent hype cycle is. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Oh yes, absolutely. I want you to take a look at it, the deeper look at it, and see what people are talking about as well. Because I don't want every conference to be a Gen AI one, even Gen AI one.
I don't think you can avoid that. I don't think there's any way you can actually avoid, AI and Gen AI coming into it, and AI agents coming into it. I think that's always going to be the case, unfortunately.
Yes, absolutely. Now I want you to get closer to some of the booths. We can talk to some of the people
Yeah,
as well. And one
yeah.
of my company, if the favorite company is right behind you, the Chain Guard.
Yes, I will do that. If you can read out some of the announcements from that page that you had, and just go through that and give a summary, that'll be good. I'm going to maybe jump out and jump back into the call again, because I just need to adjust everything here, and there's an annoying something that keeps popping up on my screen, so I want to get rid of it as well. But otherwise we're good. Yeah, that's the platinum or whatever they call it hall, and I will be back on that same fairly shortly.
Yes, absolutely, Richard.
Can't hear.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Can
good.
you
Sorry, I thought I lost you there for a minute. We're good. Okay.
absolutely? So you can keep walking there, and behind the scene, I can cover some of the news from the
Yeah.
KubeCon.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So here's some of the news I'm actually collecting from the KubeCon as well. Here's an article. I think the running agents on Kubernetes is quite a big deal these days as well. I think the Kubernetes reconciliation loop is one of those things that everybody wanted to see interest in it there as well. This is quite interesting to me right now because there's another inference projects like VLLM and LLM. Those are the projects that have been working very integrately with the Kubernetes to run the inference on Kubernetes. The idea is behind that is like you can run those inference anywhere, and the Kubernetes is one of that layer that can lift and shift for you as well. This is interesting. Running agents on Kubernetes with agent box. One of the key things I think I like about this approach is that a key idea is that ideal agent environment can scale to zero and then resume from the same state later, which help reduce resource waste while preserving the context as well. And I think this is crucial because when you start running Kubernetes inference, you forget about which resources we have been consuming, and some resources stay in ideal position, and that can actually starve out all the other processes running on your workload as well. So I think this is a very neat area. I think its agent sandbox introduces a declarative sandbox CRD for singleton stateful AI agent runtime. The project, I think, is designed to be lightweight and single container environment built on Kubernetes primitive with lifecycle management that fits agents better than traditional stateless web app. And I think I will see how this actually been space has been evolving for the coming days as well. But I think one of the key takeaways is that AI workload are changing shape. The article frame the move from transient model call to persistent multi-agent system as a major architectural shift. And Kubernetes is still the natural platform because of the API it's bringing into the equation that you can leverage to run workload on any cloud provider. But the agents need a more specialized runtime abstraction than a standard deployment or a service. An agent sandbox is built for the stateful single instance. It means for long-lived agent workspace, not just stateless request response services. and it can scale to zero within a matter of seconds. The projects aim to keep idle agents environment cost efficient and without losing their context. And the project is in early phase, but it's practical. And the emphasis of the blog is to provide install instruction and how to run as a Python SDK and show the work is intended for a real experimentation, not just keep keep in the theory boxes as well. But we like to see how other will respond to it, as Kubernetes has a giant ecosystem. We can expect to see more things have been coming out in the near future as well. If you have some questions, please put them in the comments box as well, because I think this can be a solution where companies has been very skeptical and worried about agents being taken away a lot of their compute resources as well. One of the other things I heard in the KubeCon as well is that the crossplane shows up as a nuance single in the radar, the CNCF technological radar. In workflow automation, it performs well on maturity, but one of the lowest useful rating. A CNCF notes that its infrastructure provisioning strengthen can feel less relevant in day-to-day developers workflow as well. I think one of the other thing I like about the technological radar report from the CNCF is give us a key insight. We love about all the tooling the CNCF landscape has. They all do the survey with all of the participant who happen to tell them, let them know which of the tool has been adopted. Those are in the trial mode and those are in assessment phase. And it can clearly predict from the workflow automation, Armada, Buildpack, GitHub Action, Argo CD, and Jenkins. One of those, these are the two tools that people are investing heavily as well. And also, I think on the and here's the sum of the maturity rating of workflow automation technology. We see Armada is very much in the category of maturity curve. GitHub Action is now getting strengthened. Crossplane, one of my favorite tool, is still fighting up like to be well suited for all of the work, but it's still getting mature with a lot of time. And other people reported about the crossplane is that it can perform well on the maturity, but has one of the lowest usefulness rating. It can work well, but it's not can feel relevant to the day-to-day work developer workflow. In application delivery radar, appears as incubating technology, while KubeCon Amsterdam post argues that AI need APIs, not UIs, and positions Crossplane as an API first way to expose cloud databases, storage, networking, SaaS, and custom platform APIs. So it's unique in that category. So let's see what the maturity curve is telling about. Richard, you are back again. Where are you actually going through? I'm just going through the data that's coming out from the technological report that got out, and I'm talking about the application delivery. What are the tool is going to be adopted on that one? But I will get back to you if you are ready for some of the interview.
I'm just seeing if I can talk through ChainGuard, so continue for a minute. Let me see if I can ask the folks here.
Okay, go ahead. Here's another relevant information. I think one of the application delivery tool is Crow is being got adopted. This is kind of interesting to me as well, because Crow is kind of a competing phase with the Crossplane, and the Crossplane is an assessment mode, while the Crow is in the adoption mode of application delivery. I might be saying this because the Crow Kubernetes source orchestrator, the project, I think it's a simplified version compared to the Crossplane for the developer. So I can assess that the developer kind of easier to go into that adoption mode as well. But I will, I will see it's a graduated phase. So this is quite interesting. We will see how much can collect more information. What sort of Pro is also achieving high usefulness rating, 81%, with almost half of those with a 5-star rating at 46%. In comparison to the other maturity rating, which is often expected to require time to prove that Crow is already demonstrated at a high level of utility at its early stage. This is crucial. This is literally crucial, and I think it's giving a in a very tough time in the marketplace. We go to the security design space. Once again, third is in that option. Over to you, Richard.
Excellent. Thank you, Saeem. So I am at the Shane Guard stand here, and I have the wonderful Hannah, who's actually agreed to talk to us and give us a quick update on Shane Guard. So, Hannah, thank you very much for saying yes to do this and agreeing. Would you mind just saying a quick intro to yourself, and then we can trust you Shane Guard, and we'll go from there.
Of course. So I'm a partner. I'm a partner solutions engineer at ChainGuard, building out the technical community of our partner ecosystems. Be that AWS, who we've just been working with on their stand, Azure, who we're working with in 40 minutes, and all of our reseller partners and integration partners as well. And we are the safe source, best source for open source. So we rebuild every 24 hours about 2,500 container images from the source code to give an output of 0 CVEs and a minimal trunk attack surface for those container images, as well as language libraries.
Fantastic. And Hannah, what's kind of some of the things that customers have been sort of saying to you coming up to the stand? What are some of the challenges that you're seeing that they're talking about?
Well, and also my background has been in detection and remediation. It's revolutionary for a lot of customers that they can start with a very preventative approach that is no workflow change for a developer, really. Instead of going to the internet, open source any public registry and pulling down an image, go to ChainGuard's repository and you're starting from a really secure baseline. We've heard really good feedback, as in almost disbelief that this system and approach to security could exist, where you can bring such harmony between the developer team who are focused on innovation and the security team that are trying to protect the organization going forward.
Okay, fantastic. And what about things like sort of AI and AI agents, stuff like that? Are you seeing that already from customers? Is that kind of coming through already to you?
Yeah, the question's twofold, really. So we've been hearing how is AI integrated into our product so that we can keep up with the pace of development. All of our ChainGuard factory, powered by ChainGuard's OS, is automated with engineers coming in to layer on top for QA tests. And then second to that, how is AI affecting the market and what customers are doing? Well, we see that customers are innovating and creating so much more code with the power of AI. If you're not a developer, you can now become one using Claude Code. And what that's doing is creating a larger attack surface with more output from these developers, and more code can be shipped quicker, but less rigor in terms of the security posture of that, maybe less verification. So there's a greater need to focus in on security in the rise of AI, and more people adopting the kind of mechanism of coding through AI.
Fantastic. Okay, well, Hannah, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for the update on ChainGuard. Thanks a lot. Thank you. All right, guys. So that was ChainGuard doing very well. Lots of stuff around AI and so on. Same. So again, I think that seems to be coming through from customers, which is interesting. So clearly they're sort of concerned about all this sort of stuff in production and how it would kind of pan out in production and so on. So yeah, very interesting. Now I do want to go and talk to those guys about observability. However, I'm experiencing a slight technical hitch on my phone because it seems to be blanking out for no good reason. So let me see if I can get that fixed while you maybe do a few more updates for us, Saeem.
Yes, absolutely. I think GenAI is one of my favorite companies for last few last few years, typically, because I think they bring the notion of slimmer and the more use case based images. And I think one thing I really like about is that the chain guard images are aimed to have 0 CVEs. CVEs are the common vulnerability exposure that's reside in your code all the time, and the chain guard makes sure you have the hardened container images with 0 CVE. So this is a word of heaven for the developers and the security team. And they built entirely from the open source with full provenance, and they added SBOM support as well. And they continuously patch those images via automated software factory. And all this actually eliminates traditional patching burden, reduces vulnerability exposure dramatically, and improves compliance like FedRAMP and FIPS. The result are 97.6% reduction in CVE and 80% reduction in the attack surface. So this is quite a need in the toolkit for the chain guard images. And also, I think the chain guard is a factory, the automated secure supply chain, large scale automated build system, monitor upstream open source project, rebuild and patches images continuously, and maintain thousands of dependencies securely. And they also have ChainGuard OS, a purpose built Linux distribution optimized for container security and minimal footprint that is called Wolfie. And the key advantage is that enable faster CVE remediation than traditional distros. ChainGuard VM's next gen secure compute layer with a minimal zero CVE virtual machine images for container host. They are cloud agnostic and optimized for Kubernetes environment. And the value proposition is like extend security from container to host to full stack and reduces operational overhead for the platform teams. And they also have libraries for this open source catalog, like for the containers, language libraries, and build artifacts as well. And their images, I think, more than 350 40k image versions, 100k libraries, 2000 projects. And they also give an end-to-end software supply chain for security platforms. So they have some very unique in that aspect as well. So Richard, I'm back to you if you can hear me. I will get back to you, Richard, again. I think it's having a internet connectivity issue, and that's usual when when you're walking on the floor with typical 13,500 people available in the same building and consuming the same Wi-Fi with everyone actually able to authorize to connect to. But we get back to the one thing. I think back in the days when I speak with the chain guard folks, I always telling them your project has been growing in a wonderful phase. You're doing some great work. Is there any customer backing you as well? And currently, the chain guard has some good customer bases as well. So this typically mean the company is now growing from the experiment to the graduation mode in terms of how much the solution has been mature for the last year. Richard, you're on the screen now. I lose you for a minute, and now you actually.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, good. Okay, so unfortunately, those guys. Am I losing you again? Okay, I can see that Chifa is here, but as usual, they're sitting down, not really walking around and doing the live stream as you kind of pace around like we're doing. But anyway, yeah, so unfortunately they were not available. Now, we've got OpenSearch here. They're talking about open observability without compromise. I'm not really a fan of searching for things that have gone wrong. I'd rather the tool tells me when they've gone wrong and then it takes an action for me. That's kind of what I'm used to. I know that might be an alien concept to the open source and cloud native space, but that's kind of what I'm used to.
Yeah, so Richard, one smaller wish for me. Can you go to the 895 booth? And that's a Lightbits Lab. If you find them, please see.
Right. Okay. So let me see. I don't have access to the map.
Yes,
Richard, am I dropping out? Am I dropping out?
Yes, little bit, and then you join it back again. But it's
okay. So that's the Yeah, that's the access points, unfortunately. So I think I'm going to try and switch to my phone's data connection. So bear with me.
Sure, sure.
Um, yeah. Okay.
So while you're doing thing, I'm announcing some other updates as well.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's a one other very quick keynote takeaway for people. They announces the Ingress Gateway, Ingress to Gateway 1.0. And this is kind of interesting because I think the comfort zone of the Ingress Nginx became a high risk zone now. At KubeCon, it was archive live on stage, more than a funeral. So it would call a force upgrade. There are growing limitation of the Ingress. Sticking with it now just isn't just technical debt, it's a security liability you can't afford. And maintaining your own fork is risky. If you aren't security firm, you have no business patches, your own controller. So migrate the Kubernetes Gateway API. It is evolving rapidly. It's a far better option. It allows role-based control, cleaner traffic management. Move now or wait for the CVE that proves you wrong. That's all about the Ingress that been and Ingress to Gateway is a new project has been developed, and I will like migrating from Ingress to Gateway API is fundamental shift in API design. And Gateway API provides modular, extensible API with strong support for Kubernetes native RBAC. Conversely, in the Ingress Gateway, Ingress API is simple, and implementation such as Ingress Nginx extend the API through esoteric annotation, config map, and CRD, migrating away from Ingress controllers such as Ingress Engine X present the daunting task of capturing all the nuances of the Ingress controller and the mapping that behavior to the Ingress API. Ingress to Gateway is an assistant that helps team confidently move from Ingress to Gateway API, and it translates the Ingress resources manifest along with implementation specific annotation to Gateway API while warning you about untranslatable configuration and offering suggestion. I keep stressing people all the time to move away from Ingress and completely move to the Gateway API. As you already knows, Ingress Nginx is been we actually celebrated the funeral of this at the KubeCon Amsterdam. So make sure you actually have bell and vessels created because otherwise your security team will kill you
Right.
because
Same. Um,
uh,
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. So I am at the showcase directory. We
okay.
should also have somebody joining. I think they're having some trouble joining us, one guest, but we'll see. But there should be one or two guests that are trying to join in as well. There was something that one of them mentioned which was curious because they're based in the UK. They said that the stream for them was not open until it's well. Uh, uh, what would that be? 3 p.m. for them, which is 2 p.m. for us, 3 p.m. for them. So sorry, no, 2 p.m. for us and 1 p.m. for them. So they're saying there's an hour difference or something. But anyway, if you can work that out in the background, that's fine. Now, what was the name of the company that you were talking about?
895, the Lightbits Lab.
Okay,
Eight.
I can see it. Let me see if I can now find it on the map. So I'm going to move over to the map. As you can see, folks, this is all live. We don't hold back on anything. You get to see the feed raw as we're trying to work things out. So let me see. I think they might be actually in the pavilion. 895 pavilion. Okay, I'm going to head to the pavilion area. I think that's kind of, yes, the black zone, as they're called. Project Pavilion. Okay, so that's on the other side. So I'm going to cross over. I'm now on my 5G connection, so we should be okay for now. We'll see how we get on.
Okay, good. But Richard, while you're going there, if you spotted someone who is intended to talk to us, so please they can able to talk through as well while you're going through that.
Okay, yeah, I'm going through now. So let me
Tigera,
see.
Tigera,
Yeah, let me.
Richard, I just spotted Tigera. They always have a very wonderful booth.
Who's that? Sorry.
Tigera.
Oh, okay, Akira. Oh, okay, right. Where's that? Let me see.
Yeah, yeah, you just
Akira,
spotted.
Akira.
Oh,
Tigera. Are you talking about Tigera?
yeah, Tigera, yes.
Ah,
AWS, we
Tigera. Okay, yes. Yes, AWS is there. Here's Tigera. Yes.
yeah,
The
can you
guys, the
see
Calico guys.
yes, Calico, there's a very good team. Can you see if
Yes.
anybody able to talk to us?
Yeah, let me see, because they're busy talking to customers at the
Okay,
moment. But let me see if I can grab somebody, and we'll see if they can have a word with us. Okay, just bear
okay,
with me for a second.
okay. So Richard, the Tigera is the one they're actually back up with a lot of networking solution. They're providing the Calico as a networking interface for a lot of the cool stuff. And I think they have a very good, strong customer base as well. And I think they added service this gateway
Yeah,
in their device, in their toolbox. So I think there's a very good company for a lot of the trivial solution they have been developing. They are very vocal in the community about the innovation in the Ingress space and the networking space as well. Hopefully, there's somebody turn into it as well, and we can ask some question live as well. We'll see who will turn out to us.
and I think we're okay to go. Are you okay to go? Saim, can you come back?
Yes, I'm here, Richard.
Excellent.
Are you?
Okay. Yes, I'm ready to go. So we're going to get this gentleman from Tigera to talk to us and do a little intro to Tigera for us.
Okay,
Okay.
over to you
Thank you.
now.
So
Over to you.
thank you. Thank you. All right. So just a quick intro to yourself, please, and then Tigera, and then we'll go from there. Thank you.
All right. My name is Utpal. I'm the head of marketing here at Tigera. In Tigera, we are a Kubernetes networking company. We provide secure networking for Kubernetes clusters, and our goal is to provide a unified platform for networking, so you don't have to worry about networking, and it's consistent in the way it functions across your Kubernetes distributions. And we also recently introduced a product for AI agent security to help secure your AI agents, whether they're running in your Kubernetes clusters or elsewhere.
Excellent. And how's that actually working? What is the thing that you guys are doing at Tigera for that AI agent security? How does that kind of just talk us through a little bit of how you guys do that?
Yeah, so for AI agents, the thing about AI agents is that they're autonomous, they're non-deterministic, and a lot of organizations are kind of concerned about how they're going to authenticate, authorize, and even govern the activities of these AI agents. So what we're building is we're building the ability for organizations to discover agents, whether these are sanctioned agents or shadow agents. We're giving them the ability to authorize and authenticate these agents, using human granted permissions or agent to agent permissions, and we help enforce policies, provide governance. So end to end kind of control over your agents that makes it easier for you to deploy these in your environment.
Fantastic. So sanctioned agents, and what was the other one?
Shadow agents
Fa-
that have been developed within the organization, but they are kind of either it could be a skunk works project, or nobody really knows about these agents, and you really don't want these agents to access critical systems or systems they're not allowed to, and that's what we enable you to do.
Excellent. Yeah, so kind of a rogue agent, if you like. I like those terms. I might actually use those. That's very good. Okay, so what's kind of some of the challenges that you're hearing from customers, either sort of around that sort of Kubernetes and networking and security space, or indeed sort of around the AI agents? What have customers been telling you at the event here?
Yeah, it's been quite consistent across customers this time around. So what we see is that a lot of organizations are using Kubernetes at scale. And at scale, they're kind of running into operational complexity. How do I manage my large Kubernetes clusters? How do I make sure that they're secure? The platform to developer ratio is becoming lopsided. So how do I make sure that my platform team is not overburdened? And that's something that we are seeing consistently across large organizations, across organizations that are using Kubernetes at scale. So what we're doing is we have created a unified network platform for Kubernetes clusters, where we have taken all the networking functionality that you could possibly need: load balancing, ingress, egress, CNI, service mesh, observability, and we have packaged it into a single platform that gets deployed using a single operator. We manage the upgrades, and we provide a management plane with unified observability and the ability to enforce policies through a single console. And that reduces the operational complexity. It changes the math in the favor of the platform team. It also helps give you financial leverage, because you can negotiate with different vendors, because you can port your clusters from one to the other, and it gives you security. So and future-proof your environment. So that's what we're doing. The other thing we're hearing from customers is VM migration to Kubernetes. A lot of organizations are interested in moving their VMs to Kubernetes. The problem there is that your VMs have a very defined network identity, i.e. the IP address. So how do you make sure that those IP addresses are preserved so that you don't have to rewire your networking, your applications? And we help with that. We enable the lift and shift of VMs into Kubernetes while preserving the network identity. And we ensure that once the VMs are inside of your Kubernetes environments, that you're able to secure them, segment them, observe them, and so on. So those are the two key themes that we are seeing in the area of Kubernetes. And for AI agents, a lot of organizations are just getting started, but it's the nervousness that, hey, I don't know what these AI agents are doing or are allowed to do, and do I even have control? And we are helping organizations do that.
Fantastic. Okay. So you mentioned kind of the migration of VMs. Is that with things like KubeVirt? Is that the sort of main project?
Yeah. So KubeVirt is a project that is within Kubernetes, and what KubeVirt does is it enables Kubernetes to orchestrate virtual machines. What we do is we enable networking. So right now in Kubernetes, you have containers, and we handle the networking for that. We also handle the networking for virtual machines that now are going to reside in your Kubernetes clusters, and you can treat them exactly like containers. So your policies work, observability works, your security capabilities are all identical, whether it's a container or a virtual machine, and that's what Calico provides.
Fantastic. Okay, well, I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks a lot. Okay, thank you, guys. All right, so that was... sorry, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Richard, for the wonderful interview. I love the work that Gera has been doing. They're very active in the KubeCon. I don't think so. Seem to see this is one of the company haven't missed any KubeCon as well. They've always been there. They have some very good customer base, and they develop some very cool technologies over the year. But we have some guests appeared on the showcase. So Richard, can you please allow me to add our wonderful guest to the screen? And please do a little bit clapping and say hi to our lovely and wonderful Cheryl Hung. Over to you.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello.
Nice to see you. How's it going?
Richard, Cheryl is there. Okay, he wants to see you.
Yeah, all good. As you can see, we are walking around, Cheryl, doing our usual showcase crawl, as they say, as we call it. It's it was slightly lighter today, I have to say. I'm a bit surprised. It's only day 2. Mind you, people have been here kind of doing the colo stuff and what have you, so maybe they're getting a little bit tired. But people having fun, learning new stuff, learning new skills, football skills, it looks like. There you go. That's a new game. I wish. With all this equipment, you must be joking. Some people working. Guy from Portworx working, having a good time, I think. Didn't look very happy. But anyway, yeah.
Richard,
So
you can
yeah,
go to the Age 95 booth and we will
I
ask you.
am heading in that way. I know you're desperate to talk to those guys, so I am doing you that lovely favor and heading that way.
Awesome. Mirror D is also there in front of you. If you see someone spotted, you can talk to them as well. Mirror D. They have a
Okay.
wonderful booth. Richard, our
Yes.
is
Yes, I
right
will
left.
try and catch up with them as well. Yeah.
Good, awesome. So, Carol, give us a very quick intro. You've been wonderful member of the Cloud Native open source community, and you're spending a lot of time on the Cloud Therapist YouTube channel as well. So, give us a very quick intro to some of the news and tell us where you are busy these days.
Yeah, definitely. Hi, everybody joining on the live stream. My name is Cheryl Hung. I'm a ex-Google software engineer, ex-Apple, worked for CNCF for a couple of years. I guess that's where most people know me from, and that's how most people know me from the Cloud Native community. I'm also the founder of Cloud Native London, which is a community of now 10,000 cloud data AI engineers based in London, doing monthly meetups. And I've been doing that for the last, 9 years. 9 years I've been running that now. So yeah, I'm obviously always a big fan of the Cloud Native community. I love the people in it. It's always just been a great mixture of, amazing technology with fantastic people. That's what I care most about. As for me, what I'm doing now, I am taking a little break. I left my role at Arm last year, and I'm getting ready, I think, to invest a bit more time in this community of 10,000 engineers that I've built up, because people are telling me, hey, we want more than meetups. We want, training and workshop and jobs boards and conferences and do a bit more of everything. So I'm pretty excited about that and the ability to do more and offer more for the community that we've got in London.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And Richard is closer to you than myself as well. But I know you have been very vocal around the community stuff as well. And I think you have been presented some session at the KubeCon as well back in the days. And everybody who's happened to involve in the cloud native community, they really admire the efforts you put on for building the communities. And I think our Cloud Native London has been a very active chapter. I think it's a very one of the because there's a huge umbrella of communities running inside the CNCF. There are multiple case studies events happening all the time, and there are the local events has been one of the power that the community bring in to educate the local communities about what the Kubernetes and the how the ecosystem has been evolving over the year as well. And tell us a little bit about your experience of presenting session, some of the hosting things of the meetup as well, and some of the cool things about you happen to involve in some of the projects within the CNCF landscape.
Yeah, so I guess I got started through speaking first as a developer advocate. So going out there telling people. So I when I left Google, that was 2015, and obviously I was using Borg, the kind of Google internal version of Kubernetes. And as I left in 2015, Docker and containers were just coming up. So I was like, great, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to educate people about how to build these big global scale, resilient, highly scalable architectures. So that's how I got into it in the first place. And I started Cloud Native London because I was looking on meetup.com, and there was a Cloud Native Berlin and a Cloud Native Paris, and there wasn't one in London. So I was like, let's just put it out there and see if anybody shows up. So, I put this date 7 weeks away. I said, okay, we'll just put something on meetup.com, find a venue, find some speakers. And that first event, more than 100 people showed up. And I was like, wow, there's real demand here for this community. And I've always been really, really inspired and grateful to especially Dan Cohn, the original general manager, executive director of CNCF, who was my boss for a number of years, and his belief that everyone can contribute, everyone has a place in the community and can contribute something back. I think that's what really made it special for me. Beyond, obviously the technology is great, but there's a lot of great technology out there in the world. But I really love that feeling that everyone could be a part of it and everybody could have something that they could contribute, whether it was their stories or their experiences, the bugs, the code, the documentation, the organizing the groups. As you mentioned, I've organized various groups sort of within and around my time with CNTF as well. All of these things are super important, and all of these things are one of the reasons the community has done as well as it has.
Absolutely, 100%. I think back in the day, I quoted, I think I did a podcast with Joe Beda, and he's actually picked someone phrase, and he told me, and I really love that phrase when the cloud native communities is kind of their umbrella term is like, if you want to go fast, do it alone. And you want to go far, do it together. And that's the community best part is like we working on a different side project that somebody ideas. It's just they've been developing something locally for their own solution, came up with a new open source project. Then the community pick up together. That's idea, that's innovation, and they put forward. And now those project has been running critical workload for the last 10 years. And I think one of the open part of the community is we no longer need to see those events if there isn't any community out there, because it's very tough for the people to understand what's been happening in the ecosystem. And the chapters like Cloud Native London are very important, because that's where some local people doesn't know what the technologies are. The nerdy people we happen to involve in all the time, but the locally people might lag behind, and that's where you put the education forward for the local people as well. But Cheryl, what is your current kind of a theme or day-to-day routine on any newest project have you been working on, or any new kind of projects within the CNCF landscape you happen to actively seeing or wanted to involve in, or have some roadmap for the 2026 you wanted to share?
Yeah. Actually, I'm kind of hands off now in terms of the community stuff within CNCF, and of course that's not because there's nothing going on. There is tons and tons of stuff going on, but I think there's a natural evolution of, I consider myself part of the old guard. I joined CNCF in 2018, so I was most active for those couple of years. And as it should be, as the old guard moves on, the new ones rise up and they take over those leadership positions, and they're the ones who are really actively involved now in the project, in the communities, and keeping the energy going, as Joe Beda said, going together and going far. So I think that's really fantastic, and that's something that I'm very proud of to have played my part in it, because within CNCF, my focus was always on the end users. I was the VP of ecosystem, which for CNCF meant the end users. So companies like Apple, Spotify, Airbnb, Uber, the users of these technologies. Because ultimately, even with all the great technology in the world, you've got to have users, and the users are really the ones who will judge whether it's worth doing or not. So I've been very proud to show off that, to help the community of end users really grow and see that adoption.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And also, in these days, whenever you talk to somebody, and there's a one natural question come to your mind: what's other person objective is around the GenAI agent and the things happening in that space as well. And I was asking to Richard today, like, is there a conference we can actually arrange without talking about the AI? And it's kind of tough. Richard, did you find someone for the interview?
I have indeed. I have Rob with me. So Rob is
Yeah.
going to give us an intro to Lightbits. I have somebody who's very eager. You can't see him, but he's on the screen here. He's very eager to actually learn a little bit more about you guys. He's been nagging me for the last 2 days to talk to you. So here I am, and we're going to kick off the interview. So Rob, please do an intro to yourself first, and then on to Lightbits, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. So my name is Principal Solution Consultant. I'm now active in Lightbits for the last 2.5 years, and I've got more than 26 years of enterprise storage experience.
Fantastic. And what does Lightbits do? What's your kind of thing that you're offering?
So Lightbits provides software-defined storage and enabling our customers for fast storage through the protocol we invented, NVMe over TCP, solving their business-critical application performance and scale.
Excellent. And what kind of sort of use cases is that for?
So we primarily focus indeed on Kubernetes, OpenStack, OpenShift-V, and VMware. Although we see a major shift from our customers from VMware to OpenShift and OpenStack, and that's where we fly and help our customers.
Fantastic. Okay. What's customers been telling you? People kind of coming up to the stand. What's kind of been some of the conversations you've been having?
The conversation we're having is about what can we do for Kubernetes environments, what about performance, and the thing is that they're staggered or surprised by the performance we deliver, especially the low latency. But also when we talk about what can we provide you in a Kubernetes farm for your application servers or database clusters, how can we minimize the risk for those environments by the redundancy we provide, but also abilities with read-write many to think about new creative ideas to reduce storage requirements.
Fantastic. And does the sort of solution that you guys offer, is that stretching towards HPC workloads and AI workloads as well?
So from HPC, right, you need to think about parallel NFS or object stores, but that's what we don't do. We're a block-based system. So not for the HPC environments, but for inference storage, it's a key game player. So not about learning the models, because that's all about throughput and getting as much data into my model to train it. But once the model is there and the customer is using it, it's all about low latency. And that is Lightbits.
Fantastic. I think you're going to do really well because we're in the age of inference now. So I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, and it's indeed it's the inferencing, but also we're talking about a lot about KV caching as well at this point in time. We just launched a soft launch last week at GTC in the US, and we are going to change the world how people are looking at the inferencing, but then especially the KV caching environment. But that's another area we're going to dive in very deeply.
Fantastic. Okay, Rob, well, I appreciate your time, taking out the time to talk to us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you as well. Thank you.
Okay, guys. So that was that was Lightbits. Very good.
Thank you very much, Jerry. Thank you.
Have I fulfilled your wish now? Saying, are you happy, man? Are you a happy man?
Absolutely. Thank you very
much. You can't say that I don't do you these favors. You see, I'm here to help out whenever I can. I'm at your service.
You are my wonderful co. You are in front of the Crusoe as well. Can these people able to talk to you as well?
Yeah. So I did speak to Crusoe yesterday, and I will try and remind them again that they are supposed to be talking to us, but we'll see what they're doing. And then we'll have a conversation. I'm going to try and be cheeky and grab one of your T-shirts for my friend, if that's okay. And then, I will try and do that. Some really good solutions here, actually. We need to dig into it a little bit more deeply. Let me see if I can. You have a large, please? Yeah.
We have some question from some of the comment. They always love to see some questions from the audience. And they're asking some questions. Oh, you grab some shirts. Oh, great.
I've grabbed something for you, Saim. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to try and get that to you. There you go. Oh, the lovely lady is demonstrating it. There we go. Look at that. Oh, fantastic. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you, Evangelina. Okay, so lovely Evangelina was doing a little demo there for us of the T-shirt. I will try and get this for you in the post, Saim, I promise.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, great. Good job, Richard. You're going to... Shall I leave the conversation because he's dropped off with another call? Now we're back to do again.
Okay, no problem. So let me actually speak to... Crusoe's a bit light on folks at the moment. There's only one guy on their stand, as you can see. So, and the lady I spoke to yesterday hasn't come back to me. So I don't know. We'll see. I will try and circle back. I did spot a couple of people that I was interested in talking to. So let me see if we can actually get to them as well as we're sort of talking at the moment. Let me see if we can
Okay.
actually go and find them.
Yes, I have
They're not
other.
in this section though, so I think they're back in the main section. So I'm going to try and get to the main section again.
Okay, good. No worries. As you're going through, if you spot someone, some new companies, and they're interested to talk to us, because seem like the today's traffic is lesser than the previous from yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. I can see somebody from Incident IO. They are a AI SRE. That sounds
Okay.
interesting. So we
Yes,
have a
can you
conversation with them. Do you think they'll be up for a conversation?
yes, can you check if
So we
anyone
do
is
that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see if we can ask somebody and see if they're up for a little chat. Are you guys available for a talk? We're live on YouTube. One of the ladies here. Are you guys up for a talk? We're live on YouTube. You're already on the camera, so you're kind of halfway there. You just got to start talking now. That's all. Okay. All right. I think we're up for a conversation. Let me see if I can get you guys into the picture a little bit. Okay. All right. So a quick intro to, I guess, both of you, and then an intro to Incident IO as well, and then we'll go from there if that's okay. Yeah. Sounds good. All right. Okay. All right. So let me just get you into the picture. Right, got it. Okay, so yeah, just the name and what you do, and then a little bit about Instant IO.
I'm Adrian, and I run all of our events for Instant IO.
Fantastic. And what does Instant IO do?
We are an end-to-end incident response platform, so we can alert the on-call engineering team all the way to creating postmortems all automatically. So making it easier for the engineers.
Fantastic. I spotted something on your chart that says AI SRE. Well, tell me a little bit about that.
We are launching that later this year, so I can't tell you too much, but it's going to be an exciting product to make the lives of SREs easier.
Right. And how does this kind of integrate? How do you guys integrate with, observability tools, incident management like PagerDuty and ITSM sort of layer type of stuff? How does that integration work?
That's a little technical for us, but I do know we do integrate with them. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And what's customers kind of been telling you at this event here? Any sort of interesting conversations, challenges maybe that they're bringing to you? What's kind of been the conversations about?
Yeah. Well, we do have a lot of our customers that stop by, and that they are loving the tool. A lot of our customers have adopted our on-call product, which was launched last year. So finding that it's easier to use, they can actually sleep at night and not getting pinged at all hours of the day. But yeah, we've heard positive feedback overall. So this is kind of our 4th or 5th KubeCon, so we love coming back, and yeah, we're getting recognized more and more, which is nice.
Fantastic. So how are you guys being recognized?
If you see our little plushies up there, those are our most popular item. And then we also give dark chocolate out. Our stickers are pretty well known. So obviously the bright orange, but yeah, we try and stand out as much as we can.
Fantastic. Well, chocolate and little plushies, and I'm sold already. Excellent. Okay. Thank you very much, ladies. Really appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Okay. So that was Incident IO.
That's
Now,
great.
let's see. Oh, look at this t-shirt. I love this t-shirt. Anti-Magic Quadrant Club. I love that t-shirt. I gotta get me one of those. That's fantastic. All right, so I'm just going to cruise through the. Oh, look, somebody we know here. Who's this guy? Who's this guy with the beard? That guy with the beard. I think it's your friend. Let me see if I can catch him. He's walking too fast for me. Slow down.
Stefan Pradhan, I believe.
Ah, I will see. He's walking too fast. I'm gonna have to start running in a minute. Hold on. He's still ahead. I've got him in my radar. Hold on. I'm gonna stop him and then See, he's really fast. I'm going to have to run. Hold on.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first run of on a live stream at KubeCon.
Oh, wow.
And Richard is doing it. He's really fast. Slow down. Do you recognize the face? Do you recognize the face?
Hello. It's Renio. It's Renio. It's my friend.
Excellent. I got same Safdar on. Same Safdar. I got same Safdar on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, it took a couple of seconds for him to register, but he got it, I think.
Is he on the other side?
He is on the other side. Yeah, let me show you so you can see him. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
He's there. He's there.
How are you doing, Simon? It's nice to see you after a long time.
It's
It's nice to see you after a long time, buddy. We gotta catch up on a coffee chat. So let me know when you're free. Send me a message. Let's go. I want to chat with you and see what you're up to. By the way, I don't know if you saw, but I joined Isovalent. It's all about Cilium for me, man.
Wow, congratulations. When was that then?
Like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Fantastic. That's really good. So, Marino, just a quick chat, if that's okay with you. I hope you're not rushing off somewhere. Just wanted to catch up. I'm just trying to about sort of customers and what they've been talking to you about and things like that. But first of all, just kind of general view of KubeCon Amsterdam. What's it been like for you?
So I haven't been at my booth, to be quite honest, because I don't have any booth duty, but been going around and realizing that while AI seems to be a very hot topic, what's even hotter is infrastructure and the management of it. So platform engineering is starting to really pop up and shine now because AI needs to run somewhere. It's going to have to run on infrastructure anyways. And under that infrastructure is networking. So networking is becoming far more critical. In fact, I'm seeing a lot more talks about how to handle GPU networking, how to allocate resources for GPUs as well, how to run GPUs inside of Kubernetes and provide the right resource allocation as required per workload, sharing of GPUs, just to support models, private models. Because if you think about the whole sovereignty aspect of where people want to run their workloads, they don't want to run them outside of their country. They want to run them locally, which means they're either going to have to use a local cloud provider or build a data center environment all over again. So infrastructure is becoming hot all over again.
Fantastic. So what's your role going to be at Isovalent? What are you going to be up to?
So I'm a solutions engineer at Isovalent. I will be working with customers to help them onboard into the Cilium space, help them understand how to focus on their runtimes as well to be able to secure their workloads, and then also give them a level of observability. But there's also some other things that Isovalent is doing as well. So there's some aging network infrastructure out there called, if you're familiar with NSX, for example, in VMware, a lot of people want to move off of it. And Isovalent has developed a technology called the Isovalent Network Bridge that's helping folks migrate off of NSX into this Cilium environment or the Isovalent Enterprise platform. So that's pretty much what I'll be doing. I just started, so I really don't have a lot of experience right now, but come talk to me in about a month. And Simon, don't forget to reach out to me so we can chat a little bit more about what I'm doing.
Fantastic. Well, I'm sure you're going to be doing really well. And I think it's always nice to get a new challenge, right? I think that's kind of the idea with these types of jobs, right? Marina, thanks very much for your time. I'll try and catch you at some point. We'll, let's do a talk or something now that you're Isovalent. Bill Mulligan and all that lot, so it'll be really cool.
Fantastic. Thank you. And bye, Simon. We'll talk to you soon. See ya.
Right, he's off. Marina's off. I managed to catch him, so that was good.
Very long time friend, Renio, is been going to the very new job. That's great. The Sovalence. So we have no more friend from that team.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
So,
okay.
I will give you another job. Is like one of the things I'm really interested in is 797 Wax Host is a booth you need to go to. How far is it? And also,
whereabouts are they? You have to tell me kind of the location. So is it like the bike zone? Is it because I can see those signs over my head, and that makes it easier to find where people are. So I can see windmill zone, I can see bike zone on one side, and then on the other side I can see houseboat zone and tulip zone. So that's kind of, I'm in the middle of all of that right now. I did spot our friends at Portainer, but I think Neil was not there. So I'm going to just swing by one more time before I forget and see if he's there, and just to say hello. I can see actually Octopus Deploy, so we might take an Octopus Deploy on the way if my friend Mr. Fenton is here, but I don't really see him right now. So maybe we'll come back and see if Steve can join us for a quick chat. They seem to be doing a demo at the moment, so I'm going to keep it a little bit quiet. Let's actually listen into the Octopus Deploy demo.
In what environment? Okay, so further to that, we can also kind of drill down into what's actually happening in that cluster. Okay, so if I kind of jump into 3.2.13.7.5 release, okay, and let's say something's gone wrong and I want to find out what's caused the problem, right? I can get to any of my pods. I don't have to log into the cluster, run any kind of CLI commands. I don't have to log into each Argo CD instance. It's all surfaced here, right? I can jump into that pod. Okay, I can check out any events. My events have cleared down, but I can also get to the pod logs as well. Okay, I can also see the manifest that's been applied to the cluster. Okay, so the value here really, when it's working, the value is not really there, right? When things are broken, if you don't want to give everybody access to the clusters to go troubleshoot this themselves, you can use Octo AI to kind of troubleshoot all these logs without giving access to the cluster, right? So just kind of reiterate what we've just done there. We've got a single pane of glass across all my Argo products and all my Argo apps. Okay, I can also drill down into why things are working and more importantly, why things aren't working. Okay, so the second thing we bring to Argo CD. So first challenge is observability with open source Argo. When you've got lots of clusters, lots of Argo CD instances, it's hard to find out kind of what's happening in the estate, right? The second biggest challenge that we see with open source Argo is environment promotion. Okay, environment promotion with like a CD process around it is certainly doable, but it's lots of custom scripting, lots of custom coding, right? By default, for the last 10 years, Octopus has been really, really good at environment promotion, okay? And the CD process around that. So you can see I've committed .78 to development SIT, but I haven't done that to UAT yet. And you can see I can't actually commit to production because I have rules in place that before deploying to production, I must go through dev, SIT, and UAT, okay? There's no hard and fast rule around that. But you can configure them how you see fit, okay? So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to just hit deploy for UAT, okay? And go ahead and deploy that. And kind of, rather than waiting for this to finish, I'm going to kind of show you one I did earlier. I'm going to go back into my API product. I'm going to take a look at the commit I did for the 7.8 release, okay? I'm going to jump into there, and we can see it's run a number of steps, right? Argo Sync is great, right? But what about the pre-steps? What about the ServiceNow integration? What about the post-steps, okay? Octopus is great. We've got also built-in steps to enable that. So I've got a couple of steps here, validate Helm values, inject secrets from Azure Key Vault, and then notify stakeholders. Now, the important thing for environment promotion with Argo CD is this step 4 here. And if I just jump this down to the task log and actually look at the image tag in a little bit more detail, we can see here Octopus has made a commit into my Git repository, right? And if I just open that up, we can see here I've got my API chart, okay, and I've got my values development YAML file. I've got this image tag here of 7.7. That was the previous version, and we see Octopus has committed .78 to that values file, right? And then Octopus will then trigger off a sync in Argo, or don't trigger a sync and you've already got that configured automatically in Argo CD. Okay, so that's how Octopus is orchestrating environment promotion.
Okay, Shane. So that was a little bit of a glimpse from Octopus Deploy's demo. I'm going to see, like I said, if I can find Portainer. I think I went past them earlier, so I'm going to see if I can locate them.
Okay, sure.
And I know Noah is online just watching the live stream, so shout out to Noah. I appreciate you being online. But he may want to join as a guest, so I think I have shared the link with him. But we'll see if he wants to do that. But otherwise, I think he's online and keeping
Yes,
an eye on what we're up to.
Yes, Noah has just landed, so I'll add them. Don't.
Ah, fantastic. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, I'm going to try and find Portainer in the meantime. I did see them here. Let me see if I can find them. Okay. Come on, Portainer, you were here. I know you were here.
As a guest. Hello, Noah. Can you hear?
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody.
Hey, Noah. Whoa! Even got sound effects. Fantastic. That was good. I was impressed with that.
We'd like to see you here back then. We were waiting for you. I think you joined the live stream, and we want you to add as a guest as well.
Oh,
So,
thank you. Thank you very much. Really appreciate the invite.
So, Noah, give us a very quick intro of yourself and tell us where are some of the areas you have been looking into at the KubeCon, and particularly some of the things you're working on these days.
Yeah, so introductions. I'm Noah, head of growth at an agency called Ground Control, where we specifically focus on rapid MVPs and also agentic software development and AI coding. I've been doing this for the last 4 years, worked with many industries from medical, legal tech to finance. Yeah, and that's me. From a perspective of what my goal and my aim of listening in to watching this live stream, I'd say is a bit of 50-50 entertainment to keep me going while I'm working on some stuff on the side, as well as very curious to see what the latest trends are. I saw that you interviewed Incident.io, Richard. I think they're doing really well. I feel like they're probably one of the biggest shovels in the space right now. With the severe outages that have been happening sometimes for the last 6, 9, 12 months with AI models, I actually subscribe to the Incident.io emails for Claude.
Very good.
I also subscribe to their ChatGPT one. So they're really, really important.
Yes.
They're basically...
Yes, we're still pondering about that one, Noah. That is all interesting stuff. That's all the latest stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. They've been doing this for a while as well. I think also what I saw that was a little bit interesting was when you were interviewing the NVMe TCP framework person, the storage one, and he was talking about
Lightbits scales. Lightbits.
Yes. I think where we're going now with large language models and AI, the latest reports and the latest news I was reading was that a considerable amount of, you could say, war chests of spend has happened to such a point where I believe it was gone from, I think they were like a 90% profit down to less than 20%. In some instances, reports say only 10%.
Oh, really?
So that 70% of profit is all gone toward infrastructure for large language models and AI. I think with all of that, everybody's talking about software, but I think more recently, hardware is going to be the bigger thing, because we're going to need to think more about hardware and scaling with all this AI stuff. So, I was at a client visit yesterday. They're an electric car company. I was visiting their office, which is also their factory here in the UK. And they were describing to me that in about 6 to 12 months, they're looking to pre-order one of these robots that can help the mechanic work in the factory.
Oh.
Very good. That sounds really interesting.
I felt like he was messing with me when I met the CEO yesterday. He was like, no, I'm serious. I think the more I feel like we're in almost like a bubble of a bubble, like what everyone else is doing in the world, and we're so ahead of what's possible. And then most people are just, doing average, asking and moving from what ChatGPT is and now starting to learn what even Claude is. So yeah, it's an exciting time to be here. It's also exciting to see Richard walking around and seeing all the different venues and what people are doing. And it allows me to not be on a plane going to the Netherlands. Is it Amsterdam, is it?
Yes. Richard, I have assigned you a task that you need to go to the 797 booth. 797.
797. Okay, let me see if I can find that. So did you find which area it's in?
It's harder to find it. I look at it, but there's no mention.
Okay.
Side where it's
All right,
exactly
797. Let me see if I can find them. Because you have the map, and it's easier probably for you to locate the zone for me that they're in.
Okay, I'm checking again.
They might be where I am. Bike zone. Is this bike zone? Hold on. Let me check. Yeah, this is bike zone. Okay. So 797. Let me see. 7. Yes. Okay, I got it. So I'm here. Got to figure out the orientation now. So that way. So they should be corner t-shirt, corner store. So they should be just here. Okay. So who's the company?
West Host.
West Host.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So I think it's one of these ones here. Let me see if I can find them.
Okay, good. I'll go back. Okay, while you're chasing, I will get some interview with my wonderful friend Noah. As we meet first time on the internet. Noah, can you little bit chat about, because me and Richard are talking about ground control, but now you working in there. Tell us a little bit about your day-to-day job control, and what is the company's actually driving customer base is.
Yeah, so my day will vary from either commercial sales role, we're going to see clients, understand a bit more what's possible, and also figuring out how we can help them scale. The majority of the projects we're working on are internal operations builds, but we use AI to help us with the coding and to also help us with building these projects. I mean, to give you an idea of what's possible, 6 months ago, what we tried to build and what was possible would have probably taken a team of 20 people. Now we just have we can easily do it, across 3 to 5 working days by one developer. So the pace and the potential has really shortened, which has allowed us to really service a lot of SMBs, and in some instances, higher level SMBs who are, doing, I want to say, multi-million pounds instead of smaller ones. So it's really interesting from an agency perspective what's possible for build and projects, but it's also exciting to see in real time how everything that we use is changing. Like, a month ago, Claude Opus 4.6 got out, or was it 2 months ago? And then before that, GPT 5.3 codec wasn't out, so it's always interchanging and changing what tools are available. Why we do this? I feel like we do this because it makes us stand out and a lot more different than some of the other agencies. When we're tendering or we're working against some other agencies who are competing to work, they typically have a process, which is, they present a presentation and it's like, this is what we do and this is how we sell to clients. And then with us, we don't actually have much of a presentation. We go in, we listen, we spend 20 minutes, and then the second meeting, we already have a demo ready to show the client. You're on mute.
Yeah, that's great. That's really great. I think that currently, what I feel, Richard, you able to track the company, track the floor? I think I lost Richard. I think good. I think good. I think it's. I needed a very detailed podcast with you on some of the stuff you have been doing, but it's great. I think because a lot of the companies these days it's tough to find a skilled individual in the world internet. It's still tough to find those, because I think one of the things I'm seeing people is companies has always been complaining about the overlapping skills for corporate life. Like some corporate stacks are way older in their stack. The community is far away where the technology is talking about GenAI, Cloud Code, containers, Kubernetes, networking solutions, storage solution. But some companies haven't landed there. Some companies. So it's always been tough to find overlapping skills, to know the previous stack, to know what is the right map or the trajectory to actually move them into the leadership as well. So good, Richard is there where I actually
I am. Can you hear me
Richard, over
okay?
to you. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. I was going to ask just Noah his opinion on sort of recent views, and I think he and I have kind of shared some of the conversations, but it was just about vibe coding, Noah, and what kind of some of the people sort of, being a little bit negative towards, what you can get out of vibe coding. So yeah, what's your take on that?
I think my take on that is twofold. I think the first thing is there's an education piece. The first thing is if somebody says a negative element, have they even tried or attempted it? And the second piece about it is, if Jensen Huang of NVIDIA on, the NVIDIA GTC conference is making it very clear to say, if your engineer has not spent $200,000 worth of credits, you have a problem. So it's also an exciting part because, in my opinion, it makes it more fun. Your problem solving is a different level of problem solving. You're taking one less layer of abstract away, which allows you to be more of an architect and less more of writing so much code. And then it also goes into the element of, I think the term is Javon's paradox, which I've been reading more about recently, which is the fact of us humans. When we find efficiencies and find ways to save us time, we then do way more with our time. So suddenly, what used to take you a week now takes you 1 hour, which then means you can do way more, which then means you can squeeze way more time in. So
Richard, are you?
Yeah, fantastic.
Did you find someone?
Yeah, I'm here. I've got somebody, and we're going to start on that. Thank you, Noah, for your opinion. I think we need to just on that point, Noah. We need to explore that a little bit more and have those conversations a little bit more. But we'll maybe do that in a future episode of something. But yeah, I appreciate your input on that, because I think that's a really important area to be discussing. Okay, so as you can see, and we're going to be having a quick chat with somebody here on the stand, and we're going to do a little intro. So quick intro to yourself first, please, and then to Vexhost, what you guys do.
Yeah, so I'm Guilherme Steinmiller. I'm Senior OpenStack Engineer at Vexhost. So we are a public provider infrastructure. So we provide infrastructure for hosted, private, on-prem solution. We do consultancy as well. So we have a couple of products here. So we have Ceph standalone. We have Atmosphere, which is running OpenStack on top of Kubernetes, and consultancy to Zoo, CI/CD, and all of this tooling. So what is most important that we are doing 100% upstream, so no vendor lock-in. So that's what the differentiation is. We have experience with open source 15 more years. We are on the market on 20 years. So that's pretty much what we do.
Fantastic. And on the OpenStack private cloud, how does that operate? Is that kind of on bare metal, or is it running on top of Kubernetes, or what's kind of the stack like?
So it runs on top of Kubernetes. So the project is open source, so anyone can try it out, test it. So most of the product actually, so we breathe open source. So we have team members that works from the community, and our CEO has a share on the technical committee of OpenStack. I was a core member of some OpenStack projects, so that's pretty much what I can say about it. So.
Okay, and what was kind of I know some of the likes of Red Hat, for example, Mirantis, Stack IT, and others have all kind of done the same thing. They're now running the OpenStack service on top of Kubernetes. Is that a open source sort of project that everybody's adopted, or is everybody kind of coming up with their own solution on how to do that?
So that's a pure open source, so anyone can go there and try it out. So that's the main philosophy that we do. No vendor locking. So like no egress fees that you can like suffer from other vendors and something like that. So yeah.
Fantastic. And what's kind of customers been telling you? People have kind of been talking to you at your booth. What's kind of some of the conversations? What are the challenges that you guys solving for them?
Yeah, most of the challenges are people figuring out ways on how to manage Kubernetes cluster and which providers to use and yeah, most of the people that comes here also struggle with migration from VMware to open source technologies, like and we have like developed tools for that, such as Migrate Kit. It's an open source as well, so anyone can try it out, and usually they come for us to support them during this process. Yeah.
Right. And in terms of migrations from sort of platforms like VMware and so on, are you seeing a lot of traction in that, considering kind of the licensing that Broadcom introduced recently?
That was kind of the motivation for us to do this. So when we've heard about all that happened to the tooling, so we just decided to, since we have been doing code for open source lately, so that's when came the idea to develop an open source product for people to do. So yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I appreciate your time. Thanks very much for that. Yeah, we wish you much continued success. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Excellent. So there you go, Saeed. That was Vex, host.
Oh, good.
All OpenStack.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Back in the days, running OpenStack with all these things.
Yes.
There's an implementation of it.
Yes. So Kubernetes, and then OpenStack, and then KVM, and then your operating system, or more Kubernetes, and then your application. I'm sorry, how many levels, how many layers was that?
That's 4 layers, 4 or 5.
Are you sure? I counted 2,000 layers or something. Anyway, but yeah, I'm not really I'm not really convinced with that. Everybody's doing that sort of thing, and I'm kind of trying to pin these guys down in terms of how is their project running? How do they do get the OpenStack services run on Kubernetes? My question would have been a little bit more maybe sarcastic, which is, why would you want to do that? Because if you've got Kubernetes, then you just might as well do Kubernetes, right? Unless there's some backwards compatibility that's required, and I can see that. You kind of offer a transition sort of path for your existing customers. I can see that, but otherwise, it's everybody's doing that. Marantz is doing it. Red Hat is doing it. Stack IT is doing it. We're doing it. Lots of people are doing this sort of thing. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, I didn't see anything new there.
So Richard, I don't want. I think I want just 2 things before we actually wrap up this conversation today. Is you need to go to 2 final groups.
Yes, I did want to catch up with. Let me see if I can catch up with not ChainGuard. Who was the guy? So those guys, let's read didn't want to talk to us. It was Octopus Deploy. I wanted to see them. And Portainer as well. Now, can you do me a favor and find out where they are in relation to where I am? So I'm near the houseboat zone and the windmill zone. Octopus Deploy is just here. Okay, so is Octopus Deploy? I'm not sure. Mr. Fenton is around, so if he's not, then we'll have to skip it, and I'll try and catch him some other time. But it all depends if, I can't see him on the stand at the moment, so we'll have to maybe come back for this one. Okay, so now find me Portainer, please, because I did look. And
just one question. Are you near to Dash Zero booth
Dash zero.
left in your
Let
left
me.
of your.
Yeah, I can. Oh, Dash zero is right there.
Yes, can you please talk to them?
Okay, agentic observability platform. Oh God, not another one. Okay. Let me see if I can find somebody to speak to. Okay. Just bear with me for a second. I'm going to put you on mute, or I'm going to go on mute. Let me see if I can grab somebody here. Hold on.
Okay, sure. You can talk to them, hoping Dash Zero, and I think they recently raised funding as well around some of the newer Series A or Series B. They raised funding as well, so they're doing great in terms of the business and also the solution available.
All right. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
They
So I was
seem
just
like
talking to somebody here off camera. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Same.
I'm saying like they raise funding, their solution is being very well attractive. A lot of people pay for 3 weeks, and they maintain funding. And one thing you ask people, why you always wear the same dress, everyone within the team? Do you like Formula One? Is it
I
is it
think
a
it's recognition. I think it's probably recognition. Marketing's idea, most likely, and recognition. So
I feel like they're the Ferrari team.
yeah. Well, I think that's the idea. And then I can see the lady here wearing. She got the hotel badge on the side
Okay,
of her
Pajala mentioned.
uniform. So yeah.
Okay.
So open telemetry based, clearly.
But this booth is
Agentic. I'm interested in the agentic part because that's what we were talking about. Agents actually taking actions, right? So give me
yes,
a minute. Let me speak. If I can speak to this lady, just hold on a second.
sure.
All right. So I think I've got somebody saying. So just bear with me.
Awesome.
But yeah, open telemetry native. It says agentic, which is quite interesting. So here we go. So we're going to talk to Katri. Okay, fantastic. All right, so Katri, quick intro to yourself, please, first, and then on to Dash Zero as well.
Exactly. My name is Katri. I am from Finland. I live here in Amsterdam, and this is my first KubeCon ever.
Wow, fantastic. So welcome to KubeCon. Okay, so what does Dash do? What are you guys about?
We are an agentic observability platform built natively on OpenTelemetry. We need a lot of buzzwords here, but we're really going to change the space in observability. We raised Series B this week, and we got a unicorn status, so it's a very exciting week for us, and also for me personally, first time here.
Fantastic. So there's a lot of kind of talk around sort of agentic AI and observability and so on. How is kind of Dash Zero introducing that? What's kind of some of the things that you guys are doing around that? And what's kind of the uniques that you guys are offering?
I say the real power lies that we've built on OpenTelemetry, so then we don't have all the models are trained obviously on the open source, so we really have a great advantage on that. And we also have a great product team. We have some of the folks here as well that I really believe in the vision. So yeah, we're gonna change the market. We have very different contract setup, pricing models, very transparent, and that's some of our values at Dash Zero.
Right. So yeah, so you guys kind of the core of what you do is kind of open telemetry, unlike perhaps other vendors who yes do support open telemetry, but they still have their kind of proprietary core. Would that be a kind of a fair statement?
Contributing to OpenTelemetry?
So you guys have open telemetry as core of your solution, whereas other vendors in the observability space are supporting open telemetry, but that doesn't mean that it's core to their sort of platform. So they support it, but it's not necessarily core to what they do. The core of what they do is still proprietary to their solution. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, exactly. You're correct. What we do is that when you send data to Dash Zero, we're not moving to any proprietary format, or we don't have a proprietary agent in between. We will just keep it in an OpenTelemetry format the whole time, which it is already super rich in nature, so we can do the correlation on our platform. Yeah, you got the right point.
Fantastic. Okay. So what's customers been telling you sort of at the stand? When they've kind of come up to your booth, what's kind of some of the conversations and challenges? What challenges are they seeing, and how you guys kind of looking to address those challenges for them?
Yeah, so the main thing is that we've seen everyone is very excited, which we're super happy. Something that we're definitely working on is that we want to grow our market presence and our marketing. So it's very important that's why we're here big at KubeCon as well. And like a very big issue is that like a lot of companies are either struggling with scaling because they've done some self-made setups, or the other one is that their observability cost is just taking such a big chunk of their infrastructure cost. So that's quite I think I see those two common themes from yesterday and today.
Fantastic. And how you've been finding KubeCon? Is this kind of a friendly, crazy crowd? Is this kind of non-stop for you? What's it been like?
I love how excited everyone is. I've also been some of the side events, super exciting. But frankly saying, first KubeCon, I'm definitely overwhelmed. My lower back is hurting, my legs are hurting, and I haven't even walked the whole area. So it's a lot to see still tomorrow and today.
Actually, I've been in your shoes. I've been on that side of the fence, so I understand exactly. Well, Kasia, thank you very much for your time. Are you on the boat cruise, the cruise party tonight on the boat?
Maybe. I will sign up. Maybe there's a spot still for me.
Love to see you there, so that would be really cool. Maybe we can carry on the conversation about observability and so on.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right, thanks very much, Kasia. Appreciate your time. So that is Dash Zero Agentic Observability Platform. Excellent. Good conversation. I think they're on the right track, saying, but we'll kind of wait and see what they do and what they achieve. I think there's a lot of this talk, as we've been saying, but whether they actually sort of get it right and it's working properly and it's it makes sense and so on. I think I don't know. We'll have to wait to see. The good thing that they have, I think, for their on their site is that they are open telemetry based, so they're not messing around. Straight into open telemetry as the core.
Rishit, can you turn on left and because all the time the booth is very attractive. Yes, this one. This is very good.
I think the theme is a video store, an old kind of type of video store, and they've got very interesting. They're actually proper films. Okay, so they've got videos and DVDs or whatever they are of proper films. I like this one here that says IT, so not ET but IT. I find that quite the dark net. That's a good one as well. So I don't know if you can pick that up.
Very attractive. Very attractive.
Yeah.
Which is a security.
Indiana Jones and the CVEs of Doom. That sounds quite good. These are really good. I think was always a good stand, I have to say.
Oh yes, always.
Patching Nemo. Instead of Finding Nemo, Patching Nemo. That's a good one.
Is this
this one is a good one. V for vulnerability. AppSec now. AppSec now instead of Apocalypse now. Very good.
Below. Is Kubernetes cop?
Oh yes, Kubernetes cop. Yeah. Not kindergarten cop. Kubernetes cop. I like that. This is a good one. You might like this one. Look at this. Guardians of the Gateways.
Brilliant.
And then Pulp Encryption. And then this is a good one as well. The Wolf of Cloud Street. Very good. Let's see what they've done to the. Hang on. Let me just see what they've done to the Breakfast Club one. The Cybersecurity Club. Okay, not that fantastic, but yeah, still good. And then the Back to the Future one. Back to the Future part. What is that? 4? Yeah, part 4. Okay. Time travelers to a future where Kubernetes clusters manage themselves. Yeah, good luck with that. But yeah, very good stand. As usual, Wizards have done really well. I think last time it was cereal boxes and chocolates and whatever.
Very
I think that was the last one we saw.
Yes, last time I think that the booth is one of the best.
Yeah, so it's kind of a video store sort of feel to it. The old video stores, we used to go into a shop and then actually, borrow videos and DVDs and things like that. So very cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
And right after this booth, you get the Commodore booth. The Commodore. Is it a Commodore booth?
This is Commodore. Yeah, this is Commodore. Yeah. Yeah. Shall we have a conversation with Commodore?
Yes. Why not? But
You fancy that?
let's do the booth review. Like, this is a very attractive.
Sorry, say that again.
I'm saying that the booth is a very attractive. Can you give a
yes.
overview?
Yeah, they've got a nice kind of comic book sort of idea. I think, I'm not sure, but it looks good. Yeah, looks good. Like I said to you earlier, a lot of the booths here are very, very good. I was impressed with the designs for most of these booths. So I think they're doing quite well with it.
Oh yeah.
So very happy with that design. Looks really cool.
Is there
I did spot Bill Mulligan earlier from Isovalent, but he's not around on the stand at the moment. So
big booth. Yeah. I think there's one person is free.
Yeah, let me see if there was actually a guy here. I was walking around. Let me see if he's available.
I like their solutions. Commodore. They have
Commodore, yes. And they pivoted recently as well. I can see things like AISRE and AISRE platform, contextualized, blah blah blah, contextualized, blah blah blah. So yeah, they kind of maybe done a pivot as well. Are you available for an interview? We're live on YouTube. Is that okay? Cool. I think we have somebody saying. We have an Andre. Fantastic. Okay. So, Andre, a quick intro to yourself first, please, and then an intro to Commodore, and then we'll kind of start the conversation there, if that's okay.
My name is Andre, and I work for Commodore as CTO Office Developer. And Commodore is the company that creates a Kubernetes management platform with inbuilt AI SRE and cost optimization features. We feature here for the first year the Cloud AI SRE, which works as a chat or automatic troubleshooter, delivering that promise of fully autonomous remediation when the AI would be detecting the issue, finding the root cause of it, and doing the remediation and the fix, and only notifying the human about the job done. So that's the promise. That's the promise that we're chasing and delivering it. Quite good.
Fantastic. And how does the metrics kind of reach that AI SRE in order to, first of all, trigger the alerts, for example, in the monitoring, and then for that to come through, and then for you guys to set it off to do something, presumably after a prompt conversation or something. How does that sort of work? Talk me through that sort of.
Initial context, and then those signals focus. So those can be externally triggered. User can come and just claim that there is a problem. I ask you to troubleshoot it, and then the agent would be doing classic AI agent agentic loop cycle, gathering those metrics. We collect some of the basic metrics ourselves, and we have a lot of extension points where we can, through MCP, through OpenAI protocols, we can gather metrics from external sources, give it all to agent. Agent is smart enough to deliver very good analysis, find the root cause, and then as additional step, find the short-term remediation and then long-term remediation in form of GitHub PR or source control changes that are appropriate for the GitOps processes.
Right, and a lot of customers are kind of concerned with things like data security, sovereignty. There seems to be a lot of kind of talk around sovereignty these days. Is the Commodore platform able to run in a sort of an air-gapped sort of environment and segregated and sovereign environment where customers maybe want to run it on-prem, for example?
Unfortunately, the answer here is no, because we are SaaS solution and we are only able to work when the clusters can be on-prem, but our main platform is centralized. That's one of the benefit points, but also a pain point, because we cannot do this in an air-gapped fashion. Unfortunately, that's the answer. But we have varying patterns of users coming. The data security is a concern, a valid concern. For example, everything the user does through the AI in our system goes under the credentials of the user. So user would never see through AI anything that it wouldn't be able to see through the normal system manually with current RBAC settings. So it always on behalf of the user, and there's no such thing as Cloudia with its own super admin permissions. So we are aware of the security concerns with these platforms.
Fantastic. Yeah, I mean, obviously, all of these sort of platforms, have their own different solutions, so they obviously fit different customers. But yeah, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. It's been very useful to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, same. So that was Commodore with their solution. So they're offering AI SRE as well.
Brilliant job. You are doing good job. All I can say.
Yeah, so they're doing AI SRE as well. Oh, thank you. I got some claps. Woohoo!
Jellyboard, jellyboard one.
Yeah.
In front of you, the jellyboard.
Teleport. Teleport. Yes, yes, I can see teleport. Okay, so what do? They are AI infrastructure identity company. Wow. Okay, that's another feature of IBM Tivoli. Okay. Sorry, I'm being sarcastic again. Okay. So would you like me to have a conversation with them? Infrastructure identity platform, identity security, identity governance, machine and workload identity, zero trust access, unified identity layer. Okay, I wonder how they do that. There's actually a scrolling message. Let me just get to that for a minute. There's a scrolling page here, which is going through, I think, their features. Architecture. So can you see that? I don't know if you can see that.
Yes, zero trust access.
Business security outcomes, unified layer. So before, fragmented, digital secrets, cryptographic. Okay, that's moving a bit too fast for me to read, but okay. Teleport infrastructure identity. Okay.
Back in the day, I worked
So
for the
this is quite. Yeah. So it's the same. This is. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm saying it, back in the day, we worked for the company and they're the competitor.
Go ahead, Sain. Oh, I see. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, this is kind of quite close to, remember we were talking about Corp's Infragraph, remember? The Infragraph project. So it's kind of, picking up identities and doing instrumentation and so on. That's the closer of the architecture there, I presume. MCP catalog. Okay, that's good. MCP catalog. So yeah, I think it's worth having a conversation. What do you think?
Yes,
we'll try and do that.
The solution is good.
Same.
Yes, please go ahead.
Shall we have a conversation? Yeah. Okay. Let me. All right. Let me see if I can talk to one of these guys. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can talk to them. Okay, same. I have somebody here. I have Gus Luxton, who is willing to do the interview with me.
Okay. Over to you now.
Just a quick intro to yourself, please, and then to Teleport what you guys do.
Absolutely. So my name is Gus Luxton. I'm Principal Solutions Engineer at Teleport. If you haven't heard of Teleport before, our premise is that the problem with modern infrastructure and modern identity is that it's all fragmented. You have identities all over the place. You've got a password over here, an API key over here, secrets here, and with your CI/CD pipelines running and all kind of things, it's very hard to keep track of everything. And we think that that leads to more breaches and lower security overall. So the premise of Teleport is that we want to unify that identity into a single layer. We want to give one identity to humans, to bots, to AI agents, to anything like that, and make it easy to connect to all of the infrastructure you have: SSH, Kubernetes, databases, applications, Windows, Git servers, MCPs, all kinds of anything you like. And that's the premise. That's the kind of the 30 seconds, here's what we do kind of thing. So if you're interested, check it out.
Fantastic. So, I mean, I certainly agree with the fragmentation. So that's definitely one of the issues that customers are facing. Don't know whether they're secure, they're authorized to do certain things, and so on. And certainly the kind of the inventory of graph databases being used, to kind of create that relationship and identify that relationship. How does kind of Teleport do that? Is it able to deal with those things, and how does that kind of unify all that information as a sort of a system of record, if you like?
Yeah, for sure. That's a good question. So Teleport was built from the ground up to be a cloud native system. So a lot of other systems which do kind of traditional privileged access management, they're more along the idea of ephemeral. So agents, services register, they come online, and if they go away,
Oh my God. I think we lost Richard Simon from the live interview. So this can be predicted because all I can say there's 13,500 people using the same internet. So we can have some glimpses as well. We'll see when the Richard is get back. We can continue on interview with the Teleport as well, because Teleport is one of the companies that has security baked in solution for some of their offering as well. I use one of their open source offering. I remember to call when we worked for the open source project called Parallels. So when we work with the Parallels back in the day, they have some wonderful solution, and we use some of their key components in Parallels to integrate with some of the key solution provider as well. So I will check what that solution is. One of the
you can give it an identity and say, well, if you need to get to databases or Kubernetes clusters or SSH inside this infrastructure, use this identity that I provide you. Give it a skill which says, here's where your identity is. Take this identity, connect to this service, and see what you have available to you. You can teach the AI agent how to use our tooling to connect to infrastructure, and it becomes a logical follow-on from that, because that's the technology for auditing, for session recording. We already do all of that. So if you want tightly scoped, controlled vision into what AI agents are doing, Teleport's a great fit for that, just naturally. And so that's the line that we're going down as well.
Fantastic. And I mean, I've kind of been advocating for something like, I mean, we have things like secrets managers, we have service registries and so on. And I've kind of been advocating for a sort of an AI registry, an AI agent registry. Is that something that Teleport can kind of encompass right now? Is that something that you guys are looking to do in the future? Because I think, as you guys have an agent, Commodore over there have an agent, and somebody else in a Dash Zero have an agent, and so on. So there's going to be lots of agents running around in production environments. So you're right in terms of what you said about kind of keeping control, authorization, authentication, and so on. But I'd like to see that in a central area. I don't want to be kind of having 3 or 4 registries or agents that are not registered, God forbid, and so on. So what's kind of the Teleport? How can Teleport sort of tackle that?
So the interesting thing about that is that when I mentioned, kind of the concept of machine identities, a short-lived scoped identity which is bound to a service, we actually track that based on a number of different things. So we provide, when you spin up a bot, as we call it, to do that, we track all the instances of the bot that you're running. So if you have bots for Commodore 4-0, for whatever else, if you're providing access to those through Teleport, there's already a kind of natural inventory of that. We're not necessarily going out and discovering them, but if you use Teleport to provide agents with access to infrastructure, there's kind of a natural catalog that builds up, because you're quite likely to name your bots after the agent, the service, the job that it's doing, essentially. And if you've got multiple agents, you're going to have multiple bots, or if you have multiple bots for different jobs, then you're probably going to naturally name them that way. So although it wasn't really the intention to kind of build an inventory of that, it's kind of naturally happening, actually. I think like that's sort of a way that it can. I hadn't thought of using it that way, but it's not a bad idea, to be honest. Like that kind of works.
Right. And also, yeah, so that could be kind of, well, it's a sort of a cottage thing, sort of an organic thing, right? That's going. So a namespace for AI agents, does that make sense at all?
That idea makes sense for sure. That's an interesting idea. I mean, I think there are a lot of. We actually have a kind of an offering coming out in beta at the end of April that we're calling Beams, and Beams is essentially sandboxed ephemeral execution environments for agents. So it's almost the same principle, where rather than allowing agents to run inside your normal infrastructure and giving them long-lived credentials or anything like that, you run them inside a tightly scoped, an isolated VM, essentially, which isn't given access to the outside world by default and has teleport identity available to it. So if it needs to query your databases, Kubernetes clusters, it needs to get data in order to do its job, you can sandbox it inside that environment, and it can't talk to anything else. It stays in its lane. And that's one of the problems that we've been seeing people trying to solve for quite a while, is how do you enable how do you enable humans to use AI agents productively, but in a secure way? Because compliance and security has always got to be top of mind when you're dealing with this. If you give, we've all heard the open core stories and everything to do with this. If you give AI agents unfettered access to everything, you can have some nightmare stories, skills being installed that you don't understand, and all this kind of thing. So you need some tight guardrails. And the way that we're approaching this is with sandbox ephemeral environments. So yeah, Teleport Beams is coming at the end of April, and we think that's going to be a kind of an interesting way to solve this problem.
Fantastic. Yeah. So we don't want OpenClaw running around our production environment, right?
Ideally not. I mean, I love OpenClaw. I run it myself. I was talking to it earlier. It's really good fun, but I'm running it on a Mac Mini. I haven't given it access to a whole bunch of other stuff. Like I don't trust it. I won't give access to my calendar. I won't do all this. And neither should anybody else, in my opinion. Like if you want to do it, that's up to you. But yeah, production environments, absolutely not.
Fantastic. That's what I appreciate your time. It's been a really fascinating conversation. Yeah, wish you guys much continued success. Thanks very much.
Pleasure talking to you. Have a good one.
Thanks very much. All right, so there we go. That was Teleport. Apologies, we lost the connection earlier. I think my connection dropped, but didn't miss a lot. I think it was just I was asking the same question, because I think it's interesting when you ask the same question, you tend to get different answers from different people. All these kind of vendors are giving you a slightly different answer, but they are. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All I can say is that yes, they are the very much. I think they our friends from Metalbeer and Teleport, they work side by side as well. To be honest with you, I'm very impressed with some of the solutions they have developed, because debugging the real world environment is hard, and getting access to the cluster to anyone is also the hardest part as well. It's not even easy part. You can give me access to your cluster, I can give access to your cluster, and in one cluster there are multiple team members working on it as well. So Teleport is very great on that. But on the troubleshooting part, I would rate Metalbeer and the MirrorD above than that, because their solution is very attractive to me as well. Still,
right. Okay.
I'm happy with the Teleport as well. And good. One another good job. Good job. Very good.
Woohoo! All right. So I need you to find me.
He's in front of you. Oh wow.
Kubernetes. All right. Let me see if I can do a quick update on Kubernetes for you. See if anybody from Kubernetes up for a conversation. AI native infrastructure.
No, what is there? Is it on Octopus? I've seen something in the.
What's that? Sorry.
Can you step back? There are scenes.
Oh, yeah. That's their mascot for. I think that's their mascot for the event. Yeah, it's a octopus of some kind. Yes. Okay. Let me see if I can get somebody to talk to us, but they seem to be busy at the moment. Let me
Yes.
see if there's anybody available. There's actually, it's quite busy on their stand. So lots of demos going on, people talking. Okay, did you find Portainer for me? Because I really want to get Portainer on for a quick chat.
Yes, absolutely. I'm telling you. Let me get back to you.
So I'm between Houseboat, the zone called Houseboat, and the zone called Tulip. So you guide me from here as to where they are. Otherwise, I have to go to the map myself and try and find where they are. I thought I knew where they were, and then I looked at them and then I lost them, unfortunately. So.
I'm searching for you, Richard.
Yeah,
Let's
go
see
ahead.
what information I can get.
There was a PDF I shared with you. It was just, I think, the whole map.
Oh yes, let me check. Portainer. Okay, I'm looking at it. Portainer. What do you know? It there's booth number.
Well, if I know the booth number, I can find it myself.
Oh my
So,
God.
all right, let me see if I can find a map. I mean, it should be on that. Have you got that
Actually,
PDF? Do you have the PDF?
Yes, I have the PDF, but I'm
All right, so
actually
they should be listed there. All the vendors, all the
Portainer.
exhibitors should be listed, right?
Portainer.
Under
Yes.
P for Portainer, and then the stand number should be next to that, and then you should be able to find it. I think they're color coded as well. So then
Yes.
that gives you, I think the color code is the zone.
Do they have the booth as well at the KubeCon? Because I don't think so. They have the booth at the KubeCon in the KubeCon
Who?
Amsterdam. Portainer. Have you seen?
No. Yeah, I spoke to them yesterday. And I saw them earlier today. So they certainly have a booth. They certainly have a stand. Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting there.
I just don't know where it is. I need to
Yes.
find a map. Hold on. Where's the maps? This is the. I don't think they were here, and I've not really been here that much. Yeah, because I can see. Oh, let me have a quick chat with. See if Stack Guardian is up for a conversation. That'll be really good. We have a miner or something on our hands. Hey, how you doing? Oh, okay, orchestration. Very good. There you go. So here's Stack Guardian. Infrastructure as code on steroids. I recognize Frank. How you doing?
Very good. How are you?
Are you up for a quick interview with us, Frank? Again, yeah, we're live streaming on YouTube, so no cursing, please.
No worries.
Just joking. Okay, so Frank, what have you guys been up to? What's happening?
So we are still taking care of the infrastructure as code space.
Still taking care of business, as they say.
Absolutely. But we came out with a brand new product, so we're just taking care of existing infrastructure, so getting that into code, not just producing any large code file or something. No, we create full Terraform projects, modularized, including import blocks and all that kind of stuff. So that it's really a one-click effort to get legacy infrastructure into Terraform or OpenTofu.
Fantastic. And what's been the show like? Any interesting insights, conversations with customers? What are customers' challenges that they're coming to you with?
So it's the legacy infrastructure, of course. That was a big part. There's still a lot of ClickOps out there. no disaster recovery, nothing for ClickOps environments, and no one wants to touch it because it's boring. Huh? The second part is that self-service becomes more and more prominent. So more and more companies are finally moving into, hey, I don't want to do this all the time for someone else. No, I want to enable my developers to do things on their own, but without the chance to break things.
Fantastic. With things like AI maybe coming back to the data center, back being on-prem, people looking at sort of GPUs and infrastructure for AI models and so on. Is infrastructure back? Are we back to hardware again?
Can you say the last thing?
Sorry, is infrastructure back? Are we going back to kind of doing hardware again? What's your view on that?
So I think so, yeah. Especially when it comes to running GPU clusters and all that stuff. A lot of things are, at least a lot of people are talking about running that on-premise again, but in a more cloud way, so using infrastructure as code to provision all of that and configure that. Yeah.
Fantastic. Last time, I will forgive you if you don't remember this, but we spoke last time about things like a super cloud, and I've kind of positioned you guys in that sort of state where you're able to address multiple clouds. You're able to do kind of end-to-end in terms of the provisioning, looking at the infrastructure, building it as a code, and so on. There's obviously other players in that space, so the likes of HPE with their solutions as well, Morpheus and so on. So what's kind of Stack Guardian's uniqueness? Give me some of the USPs that you guys are doing.
Yes. So the uniqueness is that we are made ultimately for the end user. Yeah. So it's the one that are needing infrastructure that can now actually deploy it whenever they need it. Yeah. All other platforms, and there's I would say there's not a single one out there that I've seen so far that is focusing primarily on the end user. Yeah, all the others, those are tools that DevOps engineers are using only. Yeah, of course, DevOps engineers, platform engineers, they're also using our platform and they feed it with the right blueprints and all that stuff. But ultimately, it's made for the end user.
Fantastic. Frank, it's always fantastic to talk to you. Really good to catch up as well. I love the top as well. Move your badge for a minute. Let me show what it says. There we go. So Stack Guardian Codify now. Fantastic. Frank, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. So Stack Guardian, really love what they do. I have a lot of time for them. Oh look, I've just bumped into Kratix. Kratix is here.
Oh wow, that's great.
Look at this, Aim.
Abby is there.
Yes. Abby is there. We can maybe have a quick conversation with Abby. Hey, look at that, Abby.
What we doing? Who we got?
We have Saeem again.
Oh, hey, Saeem. How many people are watching? How many we got?
I have no idea.
Oh. Well, hello, everybody.
You know, this is always just for us to talk to you guys. That's what it is. And then we chop it up later on, make it into smaller clips,
Well, I would talk to you
re-release it.
without the camera as well. I would talk to you without the camera, so let's take
Yeah, oh, that's the point. I completely forgot about that. It's actually a real human conversation we can have without all this technology as well. So, Abby, how's it going at what you've been up to?
I'm sorry? How's it going? It's been going great. It feels like a really busy event, but what I love about this venue is it's quiet enough to actually have conversations with people, which is fabulous. So yeah, it's going great. It's been a lot of really interesting conversations. I can tell that platform engineering is maturing in the industry. We're talking about day 2 problems and not just, user interfaces and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's been really good.
And are you seeing, I think last time we kind of spoke a little bit about, those who've kind of been down the DevOps road and now need to kind of maybe, make a minor course adjustment to kind of, adopt a platform engineering. Are you seeing still a lot of that happening? What's been the conversations like with customers?
Yeah, I actually just had a conversation with a lovely gentleman who was saying that they have a he used the term democratic platform where they give...
do you know what? I'm hearing tons of little interesting words to them. I'm going to try to remember. I'm going to have to play back the video for myself to listen to all the fantastic stuff. Go ahead.
I'm not sure if it's the right word or not, but it was his word that he said, everybody can do what they want when they want. And I said, well, how do you make sure it's compliant? And he said, oh, well, before they go to production, they have to come talk to us. And we we verify, and we give any feedback. And I said, oh, okay, well, what happens if the definition of what's compliant changes? What happens when the policy changes? Can you update things? And he just said, oh, we don't run into that. And I was like, okay. So I think that there is still a lot of optimism in smaller organizations around the ability to manage things kind of independently and out there. But when I'm talking to larger organizations, they go, it's an absolute headache. And so I think that people like that autonomy and independence that DevOps gave, but they really do need more compliance and centralized, like just coherency in their platform. So yeah, I think that they're trying to figure out how to bridge that gap, give that on-demand experience, not block people from getting what they need from the platform, but also kind of create that compliant and performant requirements that can be supported from centralization. So still a challenge.
Fantastic. Okay, so we were due to do a talk on my channel last year. I think completely my fault. I just didn't get around to putting it together. I know, running a channel and then doing your full-time job as well at the same time. So we'll definitely get back to that. Maybe the ports report on platform engineering I think it was the state of platform engineering or something like that. Okay, yeah. So we'll pick up on that this year and we'll definitely get you back on. Appreciate it again. Good to see you, Abby.
That'd be great. Hi, everyone. I hope you all are enjoying from home as well. So see you later.
Thank you very much. All right. So fantastic to actually be able to take in Kratix as well. Now, as it happens, we have a showcase map.
Yes, it is so important.
Right, so now I'm gonna find Portainer.
The big thing is that I've seen the website in all the places.
Can you see that?
Yes, 783.
Portainer 783. Right, and it's the grey one. So, sorry. What was it? I forgot the number already. 783. 783. Okay. All right. 783. So 782, 783. So it's in the bike zone. Need to find the bike zone. Okay, bike zone. Right. Let's head to the bike zone. And I think that's where I was earlier. Let me see if I can get to that. But yeah, so I think the platform engineering sort of conversation is going to carry on for a while. I don't think that's really settled. You know, the thing is, for you and I, and for people like Abby, we're at the cutting edge. We hear all the latest stuff. We talk about all the latest stuff. So we're in that sort of that curve that's increasing. Yeah. Remember that tail idea that I talked to you about. So we're kind of on that area that's raising and kind of going up because everybody's taking it up and we're doing more of it and so on. But for poor old customers, it's not the same. Okay, there's the bike zone. So I'm heading back this way. 783.
Yes, 783, yes. While you're going there, did you able to grab some of the information from Platform Engineering Day that happened at the co-located event?
I didn't. I am hoping that I'll be able to speak to Colin, our friend Colin, later on today or maybe tomorrow for an offline interview and a review of KubeCon. So I will try and do that and I will obviously share that with you. Now, I'm on a mission for 783. Let me see if I can find it. I can see Honeycomb, Traffic Labs, Elastic. I'm sure they were here.
You need a little bit of applause. So I'm applauding for you because you've been walking for the last 90 minutes.
Yes, and what is, thank you. And what is our joke for that saying? What is our joke for that? You tell me what is our joke. Oh, look, we have somebody who's, are you a king? Is he a king? Ah.
Well, it's your birthday.
It's your birthday. Ah, is it actually your birthday? Wow, okay. Well, give us an intro then from Namespace.
Hello.
What's your name and who's Namespace?
Namespace is a company, not a person. My name is Niklas. I'm a founding engineer at Namespace. We're building our own cloud. It's optimized for high-performance, single-core performance, batchy workloads that start very fast. Where are you from? I don't know who's interviewing me.
Yeah, so we're live on YouTube right now. So millions and billions, maybe even, I could be watching you. Probably, possibly, hopefully. And we're live streaming on 2 YouTube channels. So CloudNativeFM and the Cloud Therapist channel. That's his channel. So namespace, yeah, tell me a little bit more about you guys.
So yeah, we are ex-Google, ex-DigitalOcean. We've been doing platforms for forever. And yeah, when we saw the open developer space, we thought, okay, there's a lot we can do. The main thing that our cloud is good at is helping developers speed up their builds, tests, CI. That's it. So yeah, we have a few products in that space around native integrations. We've built ecosystems, CI integrations for faster runners, and right now there's a lot of demand for our virtual developer environments. It's like sandboxes that work very well for agentic coding. That's a rough it.
Fantastic. Well, Nicholas, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it. And happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. So there you go. Quick impromptu interview with the guy from Namespace. And it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Nicholas. Okay. I'm still on the hunt for Portainer here.
Yes,
okay. Let me see.
What is the name of this guy's birthday is? Because he is the winner of the interviews.
Yeah, Namespace. I think they're called Namespace.
So he is the winner of our best interviews.
Yeah, impromptu was certainly the best dressed person anyway. Had lots of Pecona's here. Okay, this is my friend Edie here. I wonder if Edie's here. Hold on, let me see. Edie. She's not here, but hopefully she'll be on the boat cruise tonight. No, she's not there. Okay. All right, let me see if I can still carry on trying to find Portainer. Oh my God, this is so hard to do. Why is it so hard to do this? Crusoe is there, but again, I don't see that lady from Crusoe. So I think we're going to miss Crusoe yet again. Somebody find me Portainer, please. Does anybody know where Portainer is? Hello?
783, I guess.
I know, but I'm there now, kind of, and I'm not sure if I'm finding them. Hold on. I did come back here before. All right, let me get my orientation on the map because there's another map here. So now I can get a UI here, then I can find where Portainer is. I think that's the only way to get to Portainer. I hope Neil is appreciating all this effort that we're putting in trying to find them.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay, so what did we say? 783, right? Okay.
Yeah, 783.
783, right. So let me see, where's my UI here? So UI here, and that's the corner stores over there. So let me see if I can orient myself to this now. Yeah, I must be because I'm getting tired. So I can't really. 783. Right. So further down and to my right. It's further down and to the right. Back and to the left, as they say. Okay. Okay. I think I know where they are. Okay. I'm going to head in this direction. So it's the last row. Or it's the rightmost row. And I think they should be here somewhere. This place is really huge. Yeah, so what was the joke I was saying before we bumped into that birthday boy? The joke was that I've certainly done my steps for today and yesterday.
Oh, yes.
So my watch is buzzing like crazy. My watch is buzzing like crazy. Oh, just get it and datify again. My watch is buzzing like crazy because it's really happy with me.
Yurisha, what is
Come on.
in left of you? In left, can you share your?
Who is this guy?
This is please talk.
Oh, this is Meridi. This is Meridi.
Please go. There.
Okay. All right. I will do that. So let me see if I can find. Come on. This is crazy. How can they not be here? Have they been moved or something? This is a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy from stopping me from finding Portainer. Oh my word!
Have they back home?
I can't believe it. It's not here. But I saw them earlier, and I spoke to him. Yes, it's not like they've been teleported out of existence or something. So it must be. They must be here. All right, let me cut through the middle because I don't think I cut through the middle last time. Let me cut through the middle here.
Are they in another galaxy somewhere in the movie?
Yeah, that might be the explanation. Who knows? Let me see. Okay, here we go. Home GPT is here as well. Okay, interesting. Base 10, Diagrid, New Stack, Laurel, Cubics, Upbound, Stormforge, Sonotype, HashiCorp. Oh my God. It's definitely a conspiracy because I cannot find them again. Planet Scale. What does Planet Scale do?
Oh my word. They are not there as per the location said.
Yeah, well, they're not in that area, which is a bit odd, unless I'm looking at it in a different angle. I think I'm looking at it from a different angle. So let me see if I can use this angle to try and find them. Okay, replicated on this side, Vulture, which is quite interesting. Portainer. And he's not there. Neil is not there, unfortunately. So let me ask if he's going to be around later. Let me ask the guys here. So Neil is around, but he's walked away again. He just wandered off.
Anyone else?
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, so we spoke to. Okay, multi-model. So I'm just reading stuff off the stands. Okay, so I found Portainer with their burger. So I think I know where they are. They're next to the coffee area. Talking about coffees, I need a coffee as well, or a tea, actually, not a coffee, tea. Okay, observability, metrics, observability solutions. More observability, same. We've got lots of observability, lots of FinOps stuff. Pulumi is there. Got Pulumi over there.
Richard?
Cosmonic. Oh, Cosmonic? Okay,
please
sure.
talk to them.
Okay, let's see if we can talk to Cosmonic. Got somebody for Cosmonic, so he's just sending an email apparently. So we're gonna just wait until he sends the email.
I think
pressure.
I think Delhi Hills is
yeah,
and another guy. I'm missing his name. He's been come to my channel back in the days. Let me know what his name is.
Oh, okay, sure. Well, we're gonna do an intro, so we'll do that. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. All right. Fantastic. So, sorry, trying to look at your name. Liam Randall. Okay, we have Liam Randall. Okay, has he been on your channel? Has he been on your channel?
And please say hi to
CloudNativeFM.
Okay, great.
Same Safta, yeah, and Cloud Therapist as well. Okay, so we're going to do a quick intro to Cosmonic, talk about WASM Cloud and so on. Okay, if that's okay. Right, so quick intro to you first, Randall, please, and we'll go from there.
Introduce myself first. Yeah, my name is Liam Randall. I'm the founder of Cosmonic and also the co-creator of CNCF WASM Cloud.
Fantastic. And what's kind of where are we with WASM and things like that? What's been going on recently? Give us an update on that space.
Yeah, WASM is seeing incredible adoption all across the landscape. It is an open W3C standard, and today, if you are browsing the web and using some of your most popular apps, whether it's an app from Adobe, Tableau, Slack, your banking apps, Autodesk,
you'll often find that they're implemented in the browser using WASM. On server side, WASM has quickly become one of the most important innovations, being the key technology behind much of Cloudflare Workers, Fastly, and of course, CNCF WASM Cloud, which is a distribution of WebAssembly that's highly optimized for integration into Cloud Native. Not just the the runtime plane with an operator and CRDs, but compatibility with the entire ecosystem.
We're seeing a lot of sort of discussion and adoption of Kubernetes around AI workloads. Are we seeing the same thing sort of in the WASM space? What's kind of happening there?
Yeah, absolutely. When we think about the intersection of AI and WebAssembly, WebAssembly brings some powerful capabilities to both the agentic journeys when we think about LLMs interacting with our applications through MCP servers or through sandboxing agentically generated code as an output. Why is WebAssembly so important? It's because when we think about deploying on containers, containers deploy with a very large ambient authority. The challenge with shipping containers is that we ship them half full. If you have a simple web app that only needs an HTTP socket, as well as maybe standard in and file access, you still have hundreds of other system calls available, as well as the entire socket command that you can pivot through. In the WASM Cloud ecosystem, we've already released tooling that will take an open API specification and dynamically generate a sandboxed component that runs with just the minimum level of permissions that it needs. And both Cosmonic, the product, and CNCF WASM Cloud are very compatible with generating and hosting code that's been built by an LLM itself.
Fantastic. And Liam, what's kind of been some of the conversations from customers, what you've been hearing at the event?
Yeah, I mean, in our community, people are very excited about trying WebAssembly and onboarding it into their application. We have a lot of new things that are just happening. We just released WASM Cloud 2.0, which completes the alignment of WebAssembly to Cloud Native. So across all 4 domains of platform engineering, from your build, everything you're doing shift left, we're compatible with OCI, with Sift and Gripe, with GitHub workflows. In operations, we work with Cilium. We give you a sandbox of sandboxes that deploys across namespaces, respecting RBAC and other isolation primitives. We integrate directly into Istio and Envoy with XDS, so we can dynamically publish routes. And then we speak open telemetry for traces, logs, and metrics. So from here, we've actually had a number of large orgs that said, well, we suddenly realized we don't really care about the how the LLM solves the problem, as in what language it's using. So I think we're going to see this world where people really start to focus on the what, and then it's about embracing technologies that adopt the foundational security practices that we know lead to better security outcomes, like least privilege, sandbox by default, zero trust.
And are we seeing, this could be just me that I'm not really aware of it, but are we seeing a full stack sort of GenAI environment now running on WASM? Is that something that's been achieved or is kind of coming up? What's your view on that?
I mean, have you heard of Cloudflare Workers? I mean, their MCP project, very specifically highlights, that this is sandbox technology. So I think that Cosmonic is not one of the only orgs. I think we're one of the leading orgs that's helping to usher in this future and these capabilities. And we do so by embracing all of the principles that we all believe in here in Cloud Native, building better together, by continuing to maintain a strong and open source community that is foundation owned in CNCF WASM Cloud.
Fantastic. Well, both Simon and myself are very much fans of the sort of the whole WASM space. So it's great to see that it's actually still pushing through and making some progress. So Liam, appreciate your time. Thanks very much for taking the time out for talking about it.
And if any listeners or anyone wants to follow up, you can go to wasmcloud.com and click join Slack. You'll drop right into our Slack conversation with us right now, or say hello up on the CNCF Slack.
Thank you, Liam. Appreciate it. You too. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So that was WASM.
Thank you very much, Richard.
Cosmonic. Interesting saying that, they, as far as they're concerned, that whole space is still alive and kicking. And, they are working on things like, that sort of, sorry, yeah, go ahead.
I'm saying, to be honest with you, I do not have any trust with WASM, but I know Liam Randall is a very good guy.
Yeah. No, I mean, look. People can come up with solutions. Now, whether anybody adopts them, that's a different
Yeah,
matter. And you can delude yourself to thinking that people are doing that, and what you're doing is a good thing, and people are interested in it, and so on,
I think
and that's
one
fine.
thing.
But I don't. Hang on. Sorry, I was just going to say that. I don't think that, like I said, I don't think that necessarily means that it's actually something that people are adopting and people are going to use.
Yes, I think one thing I like about the Wasm Cloud in particular, back in the days when hosting a podcast with Liam Randall, he told now the Wasm is now it's coming into a point where it can provide a universal binary. So it can run on any machine without you be tinkering with it, because all of the libraries on the front end and the back end is need a lot of translation between the different operating system. When you include a universal library, you solve a biggest problem that the developers are facing today. So that portion of the WASM I really like about it.
Yeah, indeed. Well, let's see what happens with that, because um, I'm curious to see whether WASM is kind of going to get the same focus in the AI space as everything else will, and everything else is kind of Kubernetes based. Certainly, like I said, that has you know by one means or another, by fair means or foul, as they say, has kind of squeezed itself uh, into that space and kind of made itself relevant again. So whether that continues, I don't know. That remains to be seen, and whether it's something that they, will want to kind of do in the future, or maybe do something completely different. I don't know, and whether that difference means that they'll say, "Oh, actually, you know what? We can make this whole thing even smaller by going to WebAssembly." And if that's the
Have
case,
you
that's great. But I don't know. We'll see.
have you reached to the one of the mystery of the KubeCon, the Portainer booth?
The Portainer booth, I found them, and Neil is not there. So I'm just kind of hanging around for a bit, giving you another view, giving you another tour of the space while I try and spot Mr. Cresswell and see if he's around. It'll be really good to get a quick update from him. We had an offline conversation yesterday. We saw lots of things eye to eye, but unfortunately, he doesn't seem to be at the stand at the moment. He's missing in action. He's MIA right now. But I know where they are now, so that's a good thing. Yeah. Any of the smaller ones, the Project Pavilion guys, did you want to go and talk to? Same, while we kill some time waiting for Mr. Cresswell to turn up. I've got my sights on the Project Pavilion, so maybe we can do something there.
I think I would like you to go to some of the Flux booth or the Flux and Kyberno.
Kyverno. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. I looked at Neomata. They don't have a stand, so Neomata's not actually exhibiting. But if
Kyberno do have the.
if
I
the
think Kyberno do have a.
okay, so if
Project Pavilion.
Kyverno's there, okay, so if Kyverno's there, do you think Courtney will be there?
I'm hoping. I'm literally hoping.
Can you Slack her? Do you have a Slack thing? Can you Slack her, please, and just say where she's going to be? And if she is at the Portainer stand, I know she had presentations to do and what have you. So I know she was busy.
I today
Yeah.
Slack her, but didn't get a notification from her. But Richard,
Okay. Yeah.
We are 3 hour mark.
We are.
Once again, not only all clapping.
Oh, we broken the record again. We keep doing that.
If we run more, 15 minutes more, then the record will be broken again.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let me just see if Flux is around. Okay, Flux is here. They seem to be busy with a demo. So we'll see if we can talk to the guy here. But yeah, that was easy to find. Who was the other one? Oh, yeah, Kyverno. So I don't know where they'll be. Let me see if I can find them, Same. Unless you can find them for me.
Yes, I'm checking. I'm letting
okay.
you know.
Okay, keep checking. Let me see if I can find Kyverno. Backstage. We've done a demo with them. So Kubevilla, Strimzy, Prometheus, OpenFGA. Tag. So I've got to watch my step here because there's a lot of platforms. Ugh. Okay, Envoy.
Richard,
Oh, hang on.
I'm finding the info
Yeah.
and letting you know sooner.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Do that. I'm just gonna walk around in the meantime, see if I can stumble upon them.
So
Crossplane, Fluent D, Spiffy. Falco, Cilium, Argo. They're not here. I can't see them.
yes, I'm
Wasm Clouds. Oh, look at Wasm Cloud. Look at the demo from Wasm Cloud. Wow.
That's sad.
Okay.
That's SAD sad.
Flat car, set manager. OPA, Open Policy Agent, still around? Okay. Linkerd, KCD something. Kubernetes. KubeVirt. Oh, KubeVirt. All right. I'm sure they're really happy. KubeVirt at the moment. They're getting a lot of attention, I'm sure,
Yes,
for
absolutely.
migration, for virtualization platforms. Lima, KCP, Kimesh, or Kmesh, Tag, Wurf, Flux. I don't see them here. I don't see Kyverno on here.
I don't. I might be just skipping the Project Pavilion this time.
I think so, because I've just been through the whole of the Project Pavilion, and they're not here.
Not it. Oh, sad. Once again, SAD.
Okay. All right, so let's leave the Project Pavilion. Let's go back to Portainer. Whoops. See, I knew I'd lose my step at some point. Nearly fell and cracked my skull open. That would not be a good sight on live on YouTube. Okay, so let me walk through. Okay. Schwartz Digits, Stack IT in the corner there. AMD. Okay. All right, so one more time, I think, for Portainer. And if they're not there, I think we may have to give up. And we'll do our wrap-up, conclusions, thoughts, etc., etc. Now, can I find them this time? Do you think I'm going to be able to find them this time?
I can make a bet on you, yes.
I know, because I made a mental note there opposite the coffee and tea area, the cafe area. So I think I know exactly where they are.
So Richard, tomorrow is the last day for the KubeCon, and it seemed like everybody.
Yes.
Today.
Yes. Well, it's getting light now. Unfortunately, Neil is not here, so we're not going to be able to have our conversation. But I'll try and do a offline conversation with him. Yeah. So as you can see, Neil, if you're watching this when you're playing back, we did come to see you, but you're not here, mate. So there you go. But somebody was manning the stand. Somebody was actually still there. So there you go. Somebody's doing a good job. Fantastic. All right. So I think we're going to wrap up, Same.
Yes,
Let
you
me see
can.
if I can find the steps. We go upstairs, and then we can wrap up
Can you please tell
from
me
the.
how many steps you have taken so far?
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to need to look at my watch. I haven't got a clue. I will have a look at my watch and see if I can find anything. But yeah, oh look, KubeCon. I could have. It would have been interesting talking to IBM, but we'll leave that for next time. Okay, IBM, you're lucky. You're getting away with it. Okay. Oh, that's the announcement that the conference is finished, or the day is finished anyway. So I'm just going up the stairs. Beep, 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 beep. The conference is now finished. The day is now finished. Okay, hold on. So let's give a quick view. That's what it looks like. And it's crazy, and it keeps going and going and going. There we go. It's Dash Zero. Lovely lady from Dash Zero gave us a really good intro. Commodore, which is great stand as always. Teleport, iSurveillance. Whoops. I knew I'd get my cable caught somewhere. Or my cable's getting caught in the stuff up here. Kubermatic, Subermatic, Cast AI. Oh, PagerDuty is here as well. I didn't know PagerDuty was here. All right, so maybe let's do our conclusion.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm getting back to you. I want to see your face.
Yeah, bear with me. I'm just going to switch over. Hold on. You can start your little conclusion. Hold on.
Oh yes, I'm. Okay, so Richard will be gearing up for our final conclusion for the KubeCon. So here's a new thing I'll discover today: introducing function CKRO, YAML plus cell composition made cross-plane. This is another. One of the conclusion from the live stream is like this one. I would like to see how much of this project. I will let you see on the screen what I'm talking about. So there's a new kid in the town that's called Crow, and it's incorporating function Crow from YAML and cell composition. This is great. From some of the KubeCon news I'm getting, there's one other news I'm actually seeing is that is another certificate there, the new tool called Red Hat contributed LLMD framework to the consortium and the Kubernetes AI conformance program, tightening its requirement. Stable in-place pod resizing and workload-aware scheduling are now mandatory, both critical for running inference engine without restart or avoiding deadlock in distributed training. So this is interesting. KAR CNCF expands support to run AI inference workload on Kubernetes environment using LLMD, the Red Hat enabled project as well. This is another one of the news we should give into consideration. So now Richard is back to not the same place.
Hey, not the same place, different place.
The different place.
Yes.
While you're doing this, please tell
Yeah.
us, when you look at your watch, how many steps you have actually taken today.
Hold on. That's not easy to do because my hands are full. Hold on. That's not easy to do because my hands are full at the moment.
Today I'm giving you very tough task. Sorry for
Okay.
that.
7,174. There you go.
And that's a deserve.
Woo! Yeah.
I remember back in the KubeCon London, you told me about more than 12,000. So you're still shorter than your record.
Yeah, still short of that. Yes, you're right. You're right. But we did do 3 days, I think.
Yes.
Actually, I only did 2 days in London myself.
Yes.
But Colin was there for day one, and we did I was remote, I think, for day one.
Yes, but the
But yeah, I think
another
we covered more ground. We covered more ground.
and I think the showcase area is also far bigger than this one.
It was, and it's not as like open, as like one open space, and you can just traverse from one to the other. There's that
Hmm.
corridor between the halls. Um, I think where I started was downstairs, and then I went upstairs. And there were multiple sections, multiple halls to get to as well. So it wasn't kind of one big floor space and just divided up into different zones as they've done this year. So I guess that's a good thing, and that we can get to more people more quickly. 3,000 steps or so. So that's good. But yeah, it's interesting to have done the showcase crawl this year,
Yes.
and there's been a lot of people talking about AI and agentic and AI agents and so on. It's very much what I was saying earlier. So as predicted, it's very much focused on it runs within our platform, it runs within our solution. And then you set it off to allow to get it to go and do whatever you want it to do. So I think all of that is going as predicted at the moment. I've not seen anything sort of different apart from, like I said, Holmes GPT. Everything else is quite predictable, not boring predictable, just as predicted. And it's still interesting to see how it's going to go. We talked to quite a few people, Teleport, Dash Zero, and so on, and they all got AI agents, right? And then Teleport is saying, we want to also manage your AI agents, but without a registry. So they've got other ways to get around, to do that. I don't know if that's kind of the right way to do it. I'm not sure. I guess they're trying, and credit for them to be doing that. But yeah, lots of talk about AI agents. Tomorrow I'm going to actually sit through some actual talks. That'll be good, wouldn't it? So considering I'm actually at a conference, so I need to really be sitting through some talks. So I'll be doing that. I may do some offline interviews and do like a final review, perhaps with Colin or somebody else. So we'll see, or even if Neil's around, maybe I can do the conclusion with him. But a lot of the stuff that I talked to Neil about offline yesterday was very much in this sort of everybody's got an AI agent. There isn't a lot of architecture, and design going on, and observability is, I wouldn't say fragmented, but certainly its maturity is sort of, the jury's out on where its maturity is going to be. Now, certain people, I think, have set the right path. There's the likes of Gartner, talked about it. Big Panda, I know Paul Bevan, shout out to Paul. Paul Bevan highlighted Big Panda to me, and they were talking about AI agents, and they were talking about Gen AI Ops, as I kind of want to call it, just for it to make sense. They were talking about that early last year. There's videos of that. I got all the receipts for that. We talked about it on Cloud State of Play. So people have been talking about this for well over a year now. So hopefully we'll start seeing it actually come through and actually start coming to fruition and actually start happening. That's what I would like to see sort of coming through next, from things like AI Ops and from observability. For that maturity to come through, for it to obtain AI agents, Dash Zero, I mean, it's open telemetry based sort of core agentic observability. I'd be very, I'd probably endorse that a lot more than necessarily I would right now be endorsing Dynatrace or Datadog or New Relic or something like that, because they've adopted, like the other guys who didn't want to talk to us, they've adopted, open telemetry as the core engine for what they're doing. If if I understood what that lady was saying correctly, then that's exactly what they've done. So that makes sense. And like I said, we've been pushing for that level of um, you know sort of standardization, if you like, around observability. And yeah, Dasher seems to be doing that, and all credit to them. That sounds like a good idea. The others are kind of compatible with OpenTelemetry, but not really having OpenTelemetry as the core, a core engine of what they're doing.
Yes, totally agree with you as well. And while you was still there for I think one more day or still there for a little more time, I want to look at it because we also would do some theme of what the things in some sort of what we call it as a KubeCon review as well. And there are some, and I would like to have see what the actually things comes out of it. So you keep focusing on this one because I think we need to do a lot of interviews stuff. But I think it's great. So many companies turn out to live stream. They spoke about some of the things where they have been doing it. I think for me, right now, it's still difficult to predict what sort of themes coming out of the KubeCon. It's still missing for me. You're still their presence because all the KubeCon back in the days in 2019, there's a service mesh trend has been happening. One of the GitOps trend is happening in 2019. 2022, we move into the service mesh. 2021, we move into the policy as code. 2022, the platform engineering wave come up. And then the 2023, a lot of observability plus AI plus kind of some certification that's and then in 2024 until now, the theme is little bit of a missing. It's like what actually being the core focus of the bigger conversation is what. And also some people try to say how the group is different. And Azure Ignite and other conferences as well, and what value I'm getting out of this conversation as well. So you are the one who tell me what is the theme after when we connect back again, and we might do a live review, live YouTube review of the live stream review of the KubeCon. That's kind of a possibility. We can do the live recap of the KubeCon. When you get back.
Yes, I mean, we'll definitely do a review. I think we're due to hop onto the skeptical techie channel as well, and do a sort of an afterthoughts, just kind of skeptical techies, maybe his version of the sort of the review. We need to do a roundup, of course. Like I said, tomorrow I'll try and see if I can speak to Colin or Chris Plank or even Neil if he's around, and just do a quick offline review with them of the event.
Absolutely. So, Richard, once again, I think we are top of the hour. And I like
we are indeed.
Nailing all of the stuff as well. And I think the sun is the sun come out because the shadow and lightning is little bit changed at the back.
No.
Okay.
It's still great and very windy, so I'm not looking forward to the boat cruise tonight if that's going to be the weather. I might have to stay indoors, inside, not outside.
One thing I noticed today is like a lot of the people is taking off their jacket and pulling them back again. So it's kind of a weird to see why is it so.
Yeah.
But still, I'm seeing this. But good, thank you, Richard. You pull up your energy and to these conferences. It's always been great. I think the big focus was is to talk to the conference and the booth in person live from the viewer's perspective rather than attendee's perspective. I think this is a very natural shift, natural thing we added to our YouTube channel that is missing for rest of the YouTube channel as well. So the crux of this is to talk to the people online in person with the viewers' question in mind and being able to tell what their solution has been adopted, what the things have been getting on, and also this might motivate other people from the rest of the world to be at this conference to see what
Yes.
they're missing as well. So I think this is also the crux of the debate as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the Cloud Therapist channel, Cloud Native FM are the only ones who are really putting their boots down on the ground and actually being in the trenches, with the vendors, with the visitors, and being out here and actually having these real conversations, asking tricky and tough questions, and asking the same question 100 times and seeing how many different answers we get. Probably 98 different answers. So I think that's important. I'm not really for the big lights and studio stuff, and I've seen quite a few of them around, and that's fine if that's kind of what they want to do. But that's kind of really just what I would call the access media and the shills, the ones that are kind of getting paid for whatever it is that they're sort of sponsoring or is being sponsored at the time. And I'd prefer really to get down there into the techie side of it, talk to people, put some pressure on, and push people to kind of think about what they're doing, and call it out when it's necessary. Call it out. Call out things like the CNCF landscape being so massive. And so spread out, and people talking about fatigue, and I heard the word fatigue a couple of times in conversations today. I heard the sprawl sort of word. There was loads of other kind of similar words being used to describe it, and it is getting messy. It's getting really, really messy out there, and I think if this continues, and we see more things like Holmes GPT, for example, one agent, one feature being taken out and being made into a separate project rather than actually being part of what Commodore is doing, or part of what Dash Zero is doing, part of what Teleport is doing, and so on. They've got their agents inside their platform. Why is there another tool that's actually just running separately as a separate project, and how is that going to communicate, and how's that going to be trusted, and so on? Anyway, we could go on talking about that a little bit for a long time, but let's take a little bit of a break. Let's reconvene for tomorrow. I'm going to do some offline stuff, try and do a review if I can. We've got our roundup events, roundup videos to do. We'll do the afterthoughts with the skeptical techie as well. And then we can go from there. Last point for me is just again, for all the viewers, please don't forget to subscribe to the channels, Cloud Therapist channel, Cloud Native FM. As I said at the beginning of the live stream, really important for us that you actually do that. Really helps us out. Very important, very useful, and we appreciate it. I think we're going to get kicked out very soon, so I'm going to have to actually get out of here because the show is over for today. It's 24 minutes over now, the closing time. But yeah, it's been good. I've enjoyed it. Really glad to actually make the effort to come. Good to see kind of where things are and dive back into it and get a good idea of kind of what's the latest stuff that's happening. And we'll see what happens next time.
Yes, absolutely. And before, I would like to give you the one more information. You can go at the Forum Center, I guess, at 6:15 p.m. and watch the documentary on Backstage.
Okay, right. Well, I'll try and do that. But I might be in an Uber by then, going to the boat cruise because that I think kicks off at about 6:30 or so. So I'll see if I can squeeze that in, but we'll see.
Awesome. Thank you, Richard. Always thank you very much for doing all that extensive hard work for the viewers. And let's clap for our viewers as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks everyone for watching.
Yes, thank you. So, Richard, looking forward to meeting you again when you're back home. We can do a lot and all of the news as well. And it's
Definitely.
I think we did some wonderful interviews. Just congratulations on that. And you bring out a very good perspective into all this. Like rather than building a community and open source tooling every day, every hour, every minute, let's figure it out. What the use cases are for, how the companies are using it. It's the waste of time investing into it. And when we talk to the people, we have some very good opinions around that as well. really happy we're able to bring that newer perspective to what's usual format in the podcast as well. Being talking to people here will give us a glimpses of what we can change on our both of YouTube channel in the near future as well. So I won't take you much longer here as well, but I do encourage and do appreciate you for being my wonderful co-host. Another KubeCon Amsterdam. And thank you very much.
My battery's about to die, so I'm gonna have to go, I'm afraid.
Okay, okay, we're wrapping up, Richard. Don't worry, we're
Bye,
wrapping
guys.
up.
Bye, guys.